Hi, this is Jeff Tate, and you're listening to Ray and Steve on the I Remember Now podcast.
Have you ever felt the future is the past, but you don't know how? A reflected dream of a captured time. Is it really now? Is it really happening? Don't know why I feel this way. Have I dreamt this time, this place? Something vivid comes again into my mind. And I think I've seen your face, seen this room, been in this place. Something vivid comes again into my mind. If you've been with us since the beginning, this episode will absolutely be a journey back in time for you. You'll soon find out why as we start our new series, The Headliners, where we focus on a band that headlined a tour that had Queensryche opening. We kick off the series with a very special guest co-host as we take on Iron Maiden's 2000 album, Brave New World. This is going to be a time-traveling trip that might get a little wild. And this is I Remember Now, the Queensryche podcast. Welcome back to I Remember Now, the Queensryche podcast. It's great to be with you here. We are recording live on this beautiful Sunday morning in Western Pennsylvania. So let's find out what's going on in Eastern Pennsylvania and talk to Mr. Steve Wright. Steve, what's up, man?
Nothing. I'm good. How are you? And it is not so beautiful here in Eastern Pennsylvania, but that's okay. So good. Just got back from Monsters of Rock cruise. We'll talk about that a little bit, but good to be back on again. We are keeping to our schedule so far. I will air knock on wood so we don't have the knock on the recording, but all's well here.
Cool, man. Yeah, you are fresh off the cruise, so this could be interesting today.
Oh, it's going to be.
All right, so we've got a lot to get through today, so we are going to get right into the material here. So last episode, we talked about Todd La Torre's solo album, Rejoice in the Suffering. It was a really, really fun episode. It didn't get as much feedback as we normally do. Got a couple of calls to go through, but overall, Steve, now that we've had a couple of weeks to absorb it, what do you think of the episode that we put out on Mr. La Torre?
It was a fun one. Always good to kind of... we got back into the niche of Queensryche stuff, and I still have been throwing the album on. Not the whole thing, but I've thrown a couple songs in my playlist. When we've gone to Monsters of Rock cruise, I had a couple songs in my playlist for on the airplane rides back and forth, and I enjoyed it. I thought it was cool. It was like, what would we say? Not your daddy's Queensryche album for sure, but I thought it was fun and always cool to kind of do something different like that. And I like it too that we have a band that, there are guys that do other things and stuff we could talk about like that. So it's not just totally, banging on the band like all the time, but always fun. Great to hear, that these guys have other creative outlets to do stuff. And so it was a fun one.
Yeah, for sure. It really was. Enjoyed the amount of time I spent with that album leading up to it. I haven't listened to it since because I was binging on it because I wasn't super familiar with it leading up to the episode. So I've given it a little bit of a break, but yeah, it's a great album. And I think the feedback from our listeners has been overwhelmingly positive on that. We just have a couple of calls this week. So let's get right into them. The first one, of course, from our good buddy, producer Tim.
Hello, my Timians. You'll have to forgive me. I'm fighting an allergy or something. This is producer Tim Per Tantrum. So Rejoice in the Suffering. One of you pointed out that it was like the bass was non-existent in parts and somewhat audible in others. And I have to admit, the production was getting the worst of me. There was so much compression on the whole recording, but especially the guitar parts, to add bottom end to compensate for a bottomless space. And that started to give me a headache after a bit. And you guys said that you ripped through the album, and that's complete bullshit. After 4 songs in, I was like, are we about done? No. The answer was no. We were not about done. Then I was like, okay, apology. That's the last song. Here we go. Nope. Psych. All 3 bonus songs followed. And let me ask you this. If the 3 bonus songs are available on vinyl, CD, streaming, basically all the mediums, why are they called bonus tracks? That's kind of silly. Now, all that to say, I actually liked the album, or at least what it was supposed to be. It wasn't Todd, it wasn't Craig, other than the production that had me wanting this to end. Musically and vocally, it was a great album. It just was giving me a headache with that compression. The production on that, it was just too much happening there in the compression, that is. First thing I thought when I heard Dogmata, it sounded like Sebastian Bach in the verses, and then it was Halford for sure. And I have to say, as a flag-carrying atheist, kudos to Todd for his writing on that. So, Pretenders of the Faith, it sounded like Priest. Defenders of the Faith, coincidence? Probably not. Not saying it sounded like Defenders of the Faith. I'm just saying, another atheist thing. And something to ponder, since there is a title track here, and you didn't see my air quotes, but I did it, title track. One that I think is nowhere near the best song on this album. With title tracks, do you feel the album's title is inspired by a song specifically, or does the artist title a song after an album's presumed title? Now, I know the answer is usually album after title, but to me, a title track should at least be in the top third of the songs on the album as far as overall quality goes. The song here, the Rejoice in the Suffering, is not in the top third. In fact, like Ray, other than the shit show called One Cookie at a Time or One by One, whatever it's called, the title track was the weakest of the album songs. And I like, Steve, that the dichotomy of the solo of the song Vexed was not what you expected. It's kind of like you were vexed. The Cookie Monster growl and apology was awesome. I mean, fucking amazing. The whole song was great. The intro of One by One sounded like a wrestler's theme song. Then the rest of that shit show happened. But also, like Ray, I thought Fractured and Set It Off could have replaced a couple of other songs like Vanguard's at the Dawn Wall and the title track. Anyway, other than the headache and that one song specifically, I enjoyed it. Hey, turn the current on!
So Tim's got some allergy problems going on, man. He's been having some issues for a couple of weeks. His voice has been a little wonky, but he's still doing his thing. He mentioned the album that he enjoyed it, which I was shocked. I didn't think Tim was going to like this album very much because I know he's not a big fan of the Latore era of Queensryche. Not that he's negative on the music, he just doesn't really have much of an interest in it. But I was pleasantly surprised that he enjoyed the album as much as he did. I thought the one thing that he brought up was a really good point, and that's about bonus tracks. Like if you have bonus tracks and they're on every possible medium, if they're on vinyl, they're on CD, they're on whatever else you put it out on, why are they called bonus tracks? They're just tracks, I just don't get it. But anyway, he did mention there was a lot of compression on the production, which I don't know. That's kind of just a thing in newer metal, from what I understand. I mean, if you listen to a lot of the newer metal bands, they have that very compressed sounds. That didn't bother me at all. I guess when you're blasting it through headphones, putting the show together, it might have a negative impact on you. But that's not something that bothered me at all as we listen to this. And the other thing he brought up that I thought was interesting was the question about title tracks. Like, does the title of the album come first, or does the title track come first? And then you name the album after the name of the song. And that's something I've wondered about, too, over the years. So what do you think, Steve?
Yeah, that is interesting about the title track. And that did kind of get me thinking about that, because how many, and I think we may have touched on it at one point or another, how many albums do we have that have a title track song in there, and then you're like, man, I wish they named it this song instead. I think we did talk about that at one point, or maybe I did on Powder Than Hell, another podcast or whatever. But that is an interesting point, like which chicken or the egg, you know what I mean? Track or title track. Yeah. But that is a great point. And I disagree on the bonus tracks because for me, and I discussed it of how I listened to the album. Like I stopped because when they did what Apology was the last song I believe on the album. That's how he wanted the album to end. But you have extra tracks, so like that does put a period on it. So if you have bonus tracks, you know that's not how they wanted the album to end. And I could see that, they don't want the album to be, an hour and 20 minutes or whatever for, whatever medium that it's going out on. But, here's the album. Here's our last track. This is how we wanted the album to end. Here's some extra stuff for you to enjoy. That's my kind of thinking on it. But always great to hear from Tim. And yeah, the production too, like he did talk about the bass on it, or, lack thereof in some parts. In some parts it's good. Some parts you don't really catch it much. Yeah, so, production, there is a couple things there, but, here's these two guys doing it. I'm glad that they did have Zeus come in and mix it and master it and everything. So great to hear, cool, refreshing album to hear. And for Tim, for having sinus problems, he did a really good kind of high turn the current on.
Yeah, we're going to start calling him Tim Diamond, I think, because that's what it reminded me of. It was like a little King Diamond impression.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks for calling as always, Tim.
I like that. Tim Diamond.
Tim Diamond. Yeah. Not like Neil Diamond, but like King Diamond.
Timper Diamond.
All right. So, yeah. So, Tim, thanks for calling in. And we've got one other call. That's from our good buddy, Jim from Irwin.
Hey, Jim from Irwin calling in for the I Remember Now Queensryche podcast. Hey, Steve, Ray. Love the episode on Todd LaTorre and his album Rejoicing in the Suffering. Glad that you guys finally got to that one. For me personally, that was an album that I pre-ordered, and I do have the autographed CD copy. It also came with a couple of guitar picks, etc. So well done with the packaging by Todd. And as you guys, I think, have said, it really comes out and just punches you in the face from the start. The first 3 or 4 songs are just, straight up heavy metal songs. This is not your daddy's Queensryche, if you will. I personally, for me, the 3 songs that I think I like the best, Crossroads to Insanity, probably the most Queensryche song on the album. Absolutely love that song. Love the video. Love Apology, who I believe that Todd wrote for his dad. I heard an interview with him one time talking about that. And the other song that, one bonus track, Fractured, I think that's a great tune too. Just overall, great album. I think he does a great job. He can sing the phone book as far as I'm concerned. And in my eyes, Todd can do no wrong, except for maybe the cookie cutter vocals. I'm not big into that. I can skip those songs, but other than that, like I said, great album, great episode, and I will talk to you guys soon. Have a good one.
Jim, thanks for calling in. I know Jim's been on the Todd LaTorre Rejoice in the Suffering bandwagon since the beginning. Bought the album in advance. Also made the comment, it's not your daddy's Queensryche album. That's for sure. He did bring something up that I completely forgot about. I forgot to mention on the show, and that's the song Apology. Todd wrote that song for his dad, or about his dad. And his dad, of course, tragically took his own life. Not sure when, but I know it's been several years ago. And that song was written about that and the feelings around that. So that's something that probably should have brought up as we talked about it. But yeah, so thanks, Jim, for pointing that out. And he also mentioned cookie cutter vocals, which made me laugh. I think he meant Cookie Monster vocals. But Jim, thanks for calling as always, man. We appreciate your support of the show.
Yeah, Jim, thanks for calling. Always good to hear from you. Yeah, and he was the same as me. He had it, ordered it at when it was coming out and stuff like that. And I like that, at least then we did hear from Jib that he did, have that like right from the beginning, like I did too. So it's cool that like I hadn't been listening to it, all the way through up until when we recorded, but it was good to go back to it and, kind of refresh myself and remember how awesome that album was. And always great to hear from Jim. And I liked when he did the Cookie Monster vocals. I thought they were used very judiciously on the album. So Thanks for calling, Jim. Always great to hear from you, buddy.
I immediately check out as soon as I hear Cookie Monster. But anyway, we already talked about that. So, Thanks for calling, guys. If you'd like to call into the show, you can call us at 336-422-6862. You can leave a voicemail there, or you can also record a voice note, MP3 file, email that to us at feedback@iremembernowpodcast.com, and we will play you on the next episode. So we're going to get right into this main topic. Before we do, we have to introduce a very special guest. Kind of teased it in the intro of the show. This is somebody that we've got a lot of history with. This show's got a lot of history with, and we've been, known this guy for a long time now. But if you go all the way back to the beginning of our podcast, we used to be a trio. We weren't just a duo. So we decided, since the topic we're doing today is an Iron Maiden album, that we would go to our resident Iron Maiden expert. And I use that term very loosely. But let's bring in our good friend, our good pal from Texas, Uncle Steve from Uncle Steve's Iron Maiden Zone. Or is it Uncle Steve's Mega Maiden Zone these days? You can tell us all about it, Steve. But welcome back to the show, man. It's great to have you.
Thank you. Good to be here. I'm very disappointed you did not refer to me as the enemy of fun.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I should have written out an intro like when they introduce Apollo Creed in the Rocky movies, list all your nicknames. But exactly. Yeah, I forgot about that.
You made that nickname up.
Yeah, I may have to go back and re-record that.
That's become Ray these days, Steve.
Oh, Ray, that's Ray.
Ray is now playing the role of enemy of fun.
He's the enemy of right. No, and I don't mean Steve Wright.
Somebody's got to be wrong,
That's true.
Welcome back, Steve.
No, welcome back, man. What have you been up to?
Oh, man, I've just been working. No.
Yeah?
Working and recording the podcast still. It is called Uncle Steve's Mega Maiden Zone. It hasn't really changed much. We're still three. Me and Matt are idiots, and of course we have Kirsty, who makes everyone else want to listen. So
yeah, the voice of reason.
Exactly. Yeah.
I like when the three of you are on together. That's the best.
Oh yeah, it's it really is. It's a really cool. It's always cool when I can tell people about it, because it's like, I got an Australian dude and an English lady, and they're like, "Whoa, really? How'd you do that?" I'm like, "Luck,
Yeah, it's funny because you have an Australian guy that lives in Kansas City and a English lady that lives in Australia.
Exactly, and then me. So
and then a guy from Texas.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It is a very unique.
I'm the only non-transplant.
It's a very unique lineup you got there, but always entertaining. But yeah, so we decided it was a good idea to bring Steve back for this. He started this show with us way back when, did 4 or 5 episodes, and decided that scheduling and time and stuff just wasn't working for him. So Steve and I PA Steve and I just continued on. But it's great to have you back, man. And we are starting a new series today. We talked about this earlier in the year when we were kind of previewing what we were going to do. But this series is called The Headliners. So what we're doing is we are picking the album that a band was touring on the tour that Queensryche opened for them on, if that makes sense, if I explained that right. So in this case, now we're going back to 2000. Queensryche opened Iron Maiden's Brave New World tour. I don't know if that's what it was called, but that was the album they were touring on. It was when I saw them, at least, it was Halford, his solo band, opened the show. Then Queensryche was in the middle, and then Maiden was the headliner. To this day, probably the greatest lineup I've ever seen in one day. Seeing literally my 3 favorite vocalists on stage at the same time or on the same day. It was just an amazing show. Queensryche played a really hard rockin' set that day. I think they knew they were sandwiched in between Halford and Maiden. They didn't want to come out and play Silent Lucidity and that kind of stuff. They just rocked it from start to finish. It was an amazing show, and Iron Maiden just was incredible on that tour. So we figured we would review the album Brave New World, released in 2000. And
tall order.
Yeah, it is a very tall order for sure. This was their comeback album. This was the one that Bruce came back on, Adrian came back on. They kicked Blaze Bayley to the curb, thankfully, and got back to being Iron Maiden. So, Steve, you want to go through PA? What's that, Steve?
Don't bash Blaze Bayley.
I didn't bash him. I said they kicked him to the curb.
Let's don't bash Blaze Bayley.
Yeah, he sucks. Anyway.
He had derision in his voice.
That's a topic for another time. So
yes, let's leave that for another time.
Yeah, PA Steve. Why don't you tell us a little bit more about the album, like some facts and figures and that sort of thing, then we'll get into it.
Yeah, released May 29, 2000, recorded between 1999 and April 2000. And it was recorded in Paris, Guillaume Tell, where I believe they're still recording to this day. And it's 66 minutes and 57 seconds long, which, we're getting up there in time because now they can fit everything on one album. Produced by Kevin Shirley. First album produced by Kevin Shirley. And for me, just right off the bat, production-wise, like refreshing over the production of the last two albums. And this brings back Bruce. And for me, more importantly, Adrian Smith. I was more excited to hear that Adrian is coming back than Bruce, because I thought that, although it's weird though, it doesn't really show on this album. We'll get into it. Like, Adrian does not have a lot of writing credits on this, because I believe most of the stuff was written during the Blaze Bayley era, but there are a couple co-writes for Adrian on this album, but not as many as I would have liked, but just refreshing to get back to Maiden. And they did not, as Ray said, that they kicked Blaze Bayley to the curb. They did not kick Yannick Garris to the curb, so they narrowed the three amigos. We have three guitar players in Maiden, which is, I think I know Ray's feelings on that, but we can get into that as we go. And we got there we go. Spoiler, but I thought it was cool that they didn't jettison him as well. And as far as the album goes, and returning people, we have a semi-return of Derek Riggs for the cover of the album. And the album cover is very cool. I actually have my vinyl copy right here. Like the futuristic scene in London with Eddie face in the cloud, and Derek Riggs did the Eddie face in the cloud. And I have the note here somewhere, the guy that did the other part. But it was very cool. I like the coloring on it. The Maiden logo is back because it's changed. The Maiden logo is different on this one.
Yeah, it doesn't have the little tails like on the ends and stuff.
Different. Yeah. So, that's kind of different too. So maybe that they're considering, it's a brave new world. We changed the Maiden logo.
Now, is this the first album that they changed?
The album before, though. I think it changed.
Okay, that's what I thought.
No, I think it was on Virtual 11 as
okay.
well.
All right. Well, I don't know if many people really paid attention to that album, but I think more people paid attention to this one. But
of course,
stop ripping on Blaze Bayley. You're gonna upset Steve.
I trust me. I have no problem with Blaze Bayley myself, but that's a whole other story. Yeah. I'll just give my history with this album really quickly before we get into it too. If you're a Maiden fan, even a peripheral Maiden fan, even then, obviously the band, the sales, the interest took a dip when Bruce left. It took a dip for me when Adrian left, but I still hung in there. I still hung in there through the Blaze era. I like the Blaze era. Like, I was super excited to hear that Adrian and Bruce, see what I did there, were coming back to the band. And when this came out, I told the story on Hotter Than Hell. I worked the night shift my shift, 24-hour shift, the day before this album came out. So I immediately hopped in my car when my shift was over, shot to Walmart, which was like 15 miles away, went in there, grabbed that CD, went out, opened this, I had my pocket knife out. I'm, slitting the top of the CD, get the plastic off. Remember they used to have those stupid, like really, really sticky things over the top of them that once you took the cellophane off the top, that you had to slit through that and take them off too. Yeah, they were a pain in the ass. So I'm doing that as I'm walking out the store. Started my vehicle up, threw that CD in. I did not leave that fucking parking lot until that album was over with. I just sat there and listened to it, and I was like, and we'll get into the songs. And so that was my first experience with the album. And I wasn't. I don't even think this even came out on. It may have came out on vinyl, but I don't recall seeing it. But I was all about CDs then. And I, eventually got a vinyl copy of it, but like I literally did not leave that goddamn parking lot that day until I finished listening to that album. And then it just the only time it left the vehicle was when I took it in the house that day, burned a copy of it. So I had one for the house and I left that there. Then the burned copy went in the vehicle. So I had it with me like 24/7 for the next 25 years.
Burned
That's
it,
what I
man.
got
There's a trip back in time right there. Huh? I forgot all about burning CDs. That was a big deal back then. I remember the first time I did it, I thought I was like a record producer. I was so happy, so proud of myself. But my story is similar. I didn't.
It was fun. Remember that? Remember doing that? You can make a mixed CD.
Yeah, instead of a mixtape. This is how much I love you, baby. Here's a mixed CD, not just a mixtape. Put all your romance songs on there. But my story is very similar to yours, Steve, other than I did not sit in a parking lot and listen to it. This was one that I was so excited for it to come out because I didn't totally check out during the Blaze Bayley era, but I kind of did. When they did X Factor, I remember buying it. I listened to it, did not like it at all. Didn't like his voice. Didn't fit for me. I thought the album was very kind of gloomy and dark and just did nothing for me. Still really doesn't to this day. There's a couple of decent songs on it. I think I love Sign of the Cross now, but that's only because Bruce sings it live and I've got multiple live versions of it where he just blows the studio version out of the water. But I thought that album was interesting at least. Actually saw them on that tour. I couldn't imagine missing this show even though Bruce wasn't there. They played a club in Pittsburgh called Metropole. And mind you, like 2 or 3 years earlier, I saw them on the Seventh Son tour, in a sold out arena. And now they've fallen so far. They're playing Metropole, which held about 600 or 700 people and was only about 3/4 full. We actually bought tickets the day of, but it was super cool just to get to see, Nico and Steve and the guys that close up. In such a small venue. And Blaze live was much better than Blaze on record, I think. I thought he did justice to the old material. He, of course, did well on his songs that they did. But it just wasn't the same. But it was just a really cool experience to get to see those guys that I'd worshipped for all these years up close and personal in a small club. Then after that, I just kind of totally checked out. I don't think I got Virtual 11 until many years later. After Brave New World came out, I think I went back and got that one. But this is one, like as soon as I heard that Adrian and Bruce were coming back, I couldn't wait to hear this record. And I think the video for Wicker Man probably hit first. I remember hearing Wicker Man before buying the album. I just was so psyched to get this thing. So I know I got it either day of or next day when it came out. And like you, Steve, this one was in my CD player, in my car, in my house, wherever I was, nonstop for probably 3-4 months, after buying it. And then getting to see them on this tour was incredible. I mean, this was a great show. They did a ton of songs from this album and just tore the place up. So it was a shed show. That was the only thing I didn't like about it. We were right down front, so that was good. We were about 10 rows back. But yeah, just great memories of this album. And this is one I go back to on a regular basis. Maybe not all the way through, but there's certain songs on here that are, I just think, iconic Maiden songs, and ones that if I was ranking all the Maiden songs like we did all the Queensryche songs, there would be definitely some top 20, maybe even top 10 Maiden tunes from this album, which we'll get into a little bit later on. So Texas, Steve, what's your experience with Brave New World? I know you're a little later of a Maiden fan, right? You're a little younger. You're a little younger than us. You came in, Somewhere in Time was your first?
Yes, that's when I discovered Maiden on Somewhere in Time around that time, or Live After Death. So, but my story is totally, I don't even know if I have a physical copy of this album. And I don't know if I've ever had a copy of it, to be honest, because I must have had a copy, because how would I have listened to it?
Yeah, and
but either way,
you didn't get it off of Napster, did you?
I never got anything off Napster.
Okay, all right. Lars is happy with you now, right now.
No, there was a period of time, early 2000s, when X Factor came out, I got it, and I didn't hate it. Obviously it was a lot different, and it was like Ray said, it was a gloomier album, and there was it was kind of a weird period of my life there where I was checked out of a lot of stuff. And then, of course, early 2000s, when all this was starting to happen, I got married. And I don't think I heard this album that I recall probably until about 2009.
Oh, wow.
And I remember, I know. I remember hearing it, though, and because when I got there, I was discovering, or it might have been 2010, because whenever Final Frontier came out, so I was checking out Final Frontier, Matter of Life and Death, Dance to Death, and this album, and going through all of them. And I remember I didn't like Dance to Death right off because of the crap song it started with kind of threw me off, and there you go. How you like that, Ray? But when I heard this album, I mean, wow, it just hit me. I was like, this is an incredible album. So, but yeah, my experience was a lot different than you guys. I wish I had Steve's experience of sitting in a parking lot and, you know, opening up the CD, the release day. That would have been a little better. But.
Yeah, I didn't like Dance of Death when it first came out either, because I remember I loved this album. I was so happy that like they were all back together and they kept Yannick, and like the sound was just massive and the production was great and the cover was awesome. And then Dance of Death comes out, and I'm like, number one, it's probably the worst cover in the catalog. I don't know, I'm not a big fan of X Factor's catalog.
Absolutely horrible, either, absolutely horrible cover.
But it's so bad. And of course, you know that you've heard the story that it's what it was. It was supposed to be like the draft of it. It wasn't the final version, but they just went with it for where accidentally went with it. I don't know what the full story is, but it wasn't the cover that was intended. Right. And then one of the things we'll get into as we go through this, for me, there's like 4 types of Iron Maiden music. There's metal Maiden, there's melodic Maiden, there's mellow Maiden, and there's minstrel Maiden. Minstrel meaning like Renaissance fair music. And when I first, I don't know, for me, when I get a new album, I always go to the title track first. I don't know why. It's because I want to hear what the album was named after. So I remember listening to Dance of Death, and I fucking hated that song when it first came out.
That's really weird, Ray.
Is it?
Ray, that's really weird.
It's just, I'm a little weird. That's all right. But so that was my first Dance of Death memory, was that song, and I didn't like it at all because it was that kind of minstrelly, like, I'm going to tell you a story, the way Bruce sings it, and I was like, yeah, this isn't good. So I probably just shelved that album, never really went back to it. And then honestly, I didn't even know Maiden was still putting out albums until like Senjutsu was coming out. And that's when I discovered Steve's show. And was like, oh my God, there's all this Maiden that I never really listened to. Because I just was kind of like what you said, Texas Steve. I was at a point in my life, kids were growing up. I had career things going on and just wasn't keeping up with music the way I normally did. And I totally missed like Matter of Life and Death, and I missed Final Frontier. Is that the one?
Yeah.
Yeah, the one that was after Dance of Death. I went back to those albums like once Senjutsu came out, so I'm relatively new to that later Maiden catalog. I guess not new now; it's been 3-4 years, but just it feels new still. Yeah. So yeah, there was a whole world of Iron Maiden that I kind of missed. So this was like my last Maiden album that I really, really loved until much, much later on. So. Anything else before we get into the track by track?
I just want to say too, just quick Dance of Death. Yeah, Steve, you're right. Wildest Dreams sucks ass. I hate that fucking song.
See, I don't hate that song. It's not great, but I don't hate it. Like, I don't skip it. I think it's decent.
I can't stand it.
Yeah.
It'd be in my bottom 10 Maiden songs easily.
Really?
I could say one more thing about the Dance of Death thing.
What's up?
So my co-host Matt, he said when he first heard Wicker Man, he said it always cracks me up the way he talks about it. He said he punched his fist in the air. He said, they're back. Maiden is back, Mm-hmm. And then he said when he first heard Wildest Dreams, he thought, if this is the best they got, they need to hang it up.
It is interesting that they opened the album with that song, I don't know.
Yeah.
So speaking of Wicker Man, let's get into the track-by-track breakdown. We're going to do what we normally do. We're going to introduce the track, tell you who wrote it, and then go around the horn and give our thoughts on it. And then at the end, we're going to rank all these songs from number 10 down to number 1. So let's get this thing kicked off with the opening track, The Wicker Man. And this one's written by Adrian Smith, Steve Harris, and Bruce Dickinson. So you mentioned Matt punching his fist into the air, saying they're back. That's literally the first note that I have on this song is, oh my God, Maiden is back. That riff is just like a statement riff, man. That's like, here we are, here's what we sound like. And I'll never forget them opening the show with that too, just like Adrian by himself with the spotlight on him, hitting that riff to start. And it was just like, oh my God, they're fucking back. And then, you know, the drums kick in. Nico's banging that freaking ride bell, man, which I love. I am such a fan of the ride bell. And then the voice hits, and I in my notes in all capital bold letters with a bunch of exclamation points, I just have Bruce is back. Thank God. And it's the real Bruce. It's not like scratchy Bruce. Remember how he like on Fear the Dark and he's got that kind of raspy thing going on. This is like prime Bruce is back. So I don't know what he did while he was away, but I'm glad he went back to sounding like Bruce Dickinson. Yeah, and the other thing that hits you right away is the production on this album. It just sounds massive. Yeah. It's a little muddy in a good way though. Like it sounds so big. Like you can tell there's 3 guitars playing on this thing. I always joke that they kept Yannick in the band, but they just unplugged his guitar and just let him dance around on stage. But I kid. I think Yannick's a great addition to the band. You can hear the 3 guitars in some of the harmonies. There's 3 distinct parts. You know, he does some of the solos on here, but yeah, the bass is just pumping. The chorus is a great sing along chorus. You get that solo. It's kind of that dugga 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 sound with that bass underneath. It's just a killer opening song. Nico is just on fire. To this day, I can't believe that dude plays with a single pedal. Like he does some of the most amazing things with that right leg. Like I just don't even know how it's possible. But I went back and watched videos of him doing it. I'm like, oh my God, he really does do it. I thought maybe like in the studio, he maybe did like a double pedal, but no, the dude plays with a single pedal. I think there's 1 or 2 songs in the whole Maiden catalog that he plays a double pedal on.
I think there's one.
Just one?
Yeah.
That's on Final Frontier.
On the next album.
Yeah, I think it's Face in the Sand. Is that right, Steve?
Yeah, Face in the Sand. Yep.
Yeah.
The fact that some of the drumming you hear on this album is played with a single pedal just blows me away. And then, you know, you get the whoa, whoa, whoa part at the end, the sing along. I mean, this song was written to be an opening song to a concert. This song was written to be like played at Rock in Rio, you know, when you've got 150,000 South Americans singing the whoa, whoa, whoa parts at the end. I mean, just a incredible start to the album and to Maiden's comeback. Love Wicker Man.
Yeah, for me, I was, like I said, I was in the car and my notes are very similar to Ray's. I'm like, oh, that riff, bom, bom, da, 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 da. And then as I would kick in, and I have in all caps, Maiden is back, motherfuckers. I was like, God damn. Like Ray mentioned too, I like the production right off the bat. Way better than the last 2 albums for sure. The verses are good. The pre-chorus is friggin' fantastic in here. Very singable chorus. I love how the main riff it's played during the verses, and then you get the rumbling notes and those lead notes in there during the chorus, that like that kind of little back and forth feel to it. Great solo from Adrian on this. I think it's just like, for me, it's like, even if you just look the first song, Wicker Man, it's a perfect opening song for, like Ray said, like for a concert, for an album, for the, you know, you could call this their comeback album, if you will. But like, look at the writing credits on this one. Smith, Dickinson, Harris. We're like right back to, you know, Peace of Mind, Power Slave writing team for the first track on the album. I think it was a perfect way to do that. Perfect way to bring Bruce back. And, you know, but for, like I said before, for me, Adrian, and this is a never skipper song for me, and just absolutely killer. Love it. Welcome back, Maiden.
I mean, you guys are we're all in sync, I think, on this one for at least this song, you know, the wicked Adrian riff, you know, it's a simple riff, as far as there's a lot of other songs out there that I think have a riff similar to that in a way, but man, killer riff. And like I said, you can absolutely tell this is Iron Maiden. This sounds old school. Production is really good. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't Steve Harris producing, you know, that was definitely a step up. I love the melody. I'll say it. I wrote down that the melody in the verse is good. The melody in the pre-chorus is great. and then the melody in the chorus is really good as well. Like you mentioned, Steve, that guitar line underneath "Your Time Will Come" chorus is really good. I like that. And Nico's that drum pedal thing he does. I interviewed Steve Harris's nephew, Joe Lazarus. You know, he's a drummer and he can play all this stuff just like Nico. And I asked him about that pedal thing, and because Ray, am I right? You're a drummer.
In a former life, yeah. It's been a long time. I haven't played in 20 years, but yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay. But what he said he did was, and maybe you already knew it, but he holds his foot kind of in the middle of the pedal, and he hits it, and then while he's hitting it, he slides forward, and when it's coming up, he hits it again. Mm-hmm. But he's mastered the way of going like literally back forward, like so fast, you know, and perfectly timed. It's really it's a wild. But I definitely wrote down. I wrote 1 foot pedal. Holy crap,
Steve, wasn't Joe Lazarus? Wasn't he the guy that everyone thought was going to replace Nico when he was retiring?
Yes.
I thought that's who that guy was.
You know, and there was a lot of talk about him as far as because his dad threw a fit. There was a post where his dad kind of went off on Steve Harris about it.
Oh, really?
When they chose somebody else. Yeah. It got deleted pretty quick, but I got a screenshot of it somewhere.
Oh, cool.
And I understand why they didn't do it. They got a guy that's older, but I mean, Joe can play those songs.
Yeah.
I mean, people were coming out and going, "Oh, this guy just because he's related to Steve," and I'm like, "This guy ain't no slouch. You watch him play. I mean, he can play these songs just like Nico." And I mean, and I understand they didn't want a carbon copy of Nico. I understand why they did that too. But God, I was hoping he was going to be the drummer. He's so good. So in the guitar solo set,
it looks weird now when you see Maiden on stage with
a little drum kit.
Yeah, you're right. With that little drum set. Yeah, absolutely. It's you can actually see the drummer.
Yeah, it just looks so weird. Like a small kit and the drummer sits way up high when you're just so used to Nico like being hidden with that massive kit, you know. It looks odd.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, I like he kind of does the offbeat cymbal time in the guitar solo section, which is really nice. And I mean, I think echoing the same thing. I absolutely love the whoa 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 part at the very end, you know, and like you said, I listened to Rock in Rio yesterday as well, because I was like, I just wanted to have the imprint in my mind of the impact of these songs in a live environment, and of course that crowd. God, yeah. I mean, the sing along. There's so many sing along guitar solos on this album as well. But man, that whoa 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 part at the very end, that crowd, to quote Matt, gives you goosebumps. You know?
Yeah.
So.
Oh, that whole album, that Rock in Rio is one of the best live albums ever.
Yeah, it's it's my favorite Iron Maiden live album. So
yeah, I think it is mine too. I mean, Live After Death is like the classic. You know, I grew up with that album, but I just think Rock in Rio sounds better. Like the production on it's better, and it's got some great versions of songs you don't really have a lot of versions of. You know, which I really dig that album.
Yeah.
Yep.
But if you think about it, Rock in Rio is probably, if my mind serves me correctly here, that it's the last true Iron Maiden live album that's a show, because all the other ones you get, Wicker Man from New Jersey, and you get Klansman from Yugoslavia, you get whatever from Russia or Japan or whatever. But this is I think this is the last true Maiden live album that's a show. Right?
I think Death on the Road is also one show. I could be wrong.
It may be now that you say that.
Yeah, but everything else after that is kind of like that for sure. Yeah.
So we love the Wicker Man, I guess, is the moral of this story.
We do. Okay.
It's an incredible opening.
So, Wicker Man, first kick-ass song. Second track is going to be Ghost of the Navigator, written by Yannick Gers, Bruce Dickinson, and Steve Harris. this has got to be, it has become at least a top 10 Maiden song for me, maybe top 5 over the years. It hit me as special the first time I heard it. I think it's just like you get your ass handed to you with Wicker Man, and then this kind of comes in. You're like, okay, what is this going to be? I'm a huge fan of a 1-2 punch kick-ass songs, but for some reason this one hit me as different. I'm like, all right, this is cool. It's got that moody beginning. The build is just incredible. That Maiden build that we've talked about, before with, and that was one of the things that we love about Queensryche. They have so many songs that have a great build to it. And then when that bam, that kicks in, I was like, holy shit. The guitars grind for the verses. And there's like kind of like a swirling feel that you get before it goes into the chorus. Like a great lead melody that goes along with it. Yannick plays the first solo, kick ass. You get to hear him rip it up on this one. There's a really cool bridge that like that, like the tempo wraps up on it, and you get that quick foot pedal from Nico again on this song for that part. It's just fucking awesome. And then right back into the chorus. I just love the build and the crescendo on the song, and then right back to the thing. And Maiden, you have Rime of the Ancient Mariner, you got some seafaring songs throughout the Maiden catalog, and this one is just another absolutely fantastic one. I think this is a killer track, killer second track, and one of my all-time favorite Maiden tracks. I fucking love this one.
Nice. I guess I'm next, correct, Ray?
You are next, yep.
All right. Yeah, I think it's it's a nice intro. And like Steve said, that build up, the intensity ramps up really quick. And you tell me if you guys agree. I think this is, if not the heaviest, I think it's one of the absolute heaviest sections of Iron Maiden music when that riff kicks in. Da, 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 da. Yeah, it's so heavy. It's so heavy, so badass.
If you're not banging your head to that, you're not really a Maiden fan, I think.
Oh man, yeah. And I will say, one of the things that I've learned I'm sure you guys have learned it as well, doing a podcast, is sometimes when you look into a music to review it a little bit, you pay closer attention. Like if normally I've just got this on the headphones and I'm just jamming out and singing along, but when you pay more attention, sometimes you pick up on things that you go, oh, I don't know if I like that as much.
Yeah.
And based on what Steve said, I'm afraid to say some of this.
Don't hold anything back, man. We love pissing Steve off.
No. I'm not trying to piss anybody off. Just we're honest here. The melody in the verses, it kills. I mean, it is so. I think the verses are the best part of this song by a long shot.
I agree.
The intensity of the music, Bruce's delivery, it works so well together. I've never even thought about this, but the pre-chorus section, like I think you said, swirly, Steve. And I start listening to it, and I'm kind of like, this is kind of weird. It just doesn't. Part of it doesn't fit, but maybe it's it's a transitional piece to get you to the different musical section in the chorus. And I've always liked this song. I've always thought this is like one of the best songs on the whole album. But I get to the chorus and I'm like, the chorus is kind of wordy, But I mean, that's a Steve Harris thing. He writes lots of lyrics, and Bruce has to sing them. So I do like the chorus, but I thought it's a tad bit wordy.
If it doesn't take micro machines, it's not the real thing.
But I do love the way the chorus ends when he says, "The sirens on the rocks, they beckon me," and the way he just, and then, okay, so. Let me ask you guys a question, because after the chorus, there's a part where he says, "Take my heart and set it free," or maybe I'm getting ahead of myself here.
No, you're good. Carried forward by the waves.
Would you call that a post-chorus, or would you call that the next verse? Because the next verse is where after that kicks in. Is that a post-chorus?
I'd say I'd say a post-chorus because it repeats. Like after
Yeah.
every
Yeah.
I
I thought it's odd to have a post-chorus, I guess. You would think there's the verse, there's a pre-chorus, and then there's a chorus. I was like, what do you call this, a post-chorus? I don't know. So, but yeah, I love, whenever he sings that line, the sirens call my name in the next verse, I love it. I just love the intensity. It's that riff. It's so heavy. It's so heavy. But I love the verses in this song. There's a part after the guitar solo where there's just a musical section and you can hear that foot pedal again, which I think there's a certain point where I'm like, and I think Joe Lazarus alluded to it when I talked to him, it's like people think he has like a mechanical foot, you know? It's so like, and you think, how does he do that on a single pedal and do it efficiently and where it doesn't sound like, oh, he's going to mess it up every now and then. I mean, he just nails it. You listen to Rockin' Rio and he nails it too. So, you know, and after all that, the way the song ends, it's kind of quick, the whoa, but man, I do like this song a lot though, but I did kind of catch a few things where I thought, oh, this is weird. This is different. But yeah, that's me on that one.
Nice. Yeah, this song is it's an interesting second track, I've always thought. I like it. You have the kind of mellow Maiden, nice clean intro. But that build that I think both of you mentioned, that build at the very beginning is so intense, and you can just feel it coming. And you're just waiting for the song to just explode, and then it does into that massive riff. And that riff is a monster, man. I love it. I don't think it's the heaviest one on this album, but it's up there. It's one of the heaviest. There's a couple more that are much heavier. The note I had during that pre-chorus part, the swirly part, is it kind of feels like you're falling. You know, he's like, it's kind of swirly.
Yeah,
it reminds me of like,
yeah, that's good.
Like when you're like somebody's falling off a building in a movie or something, and it gets all weird. But that's kind of what it reminds me of. I could not agree with you, Texas Steve, more that the verses are by far my favorite part of this song. I think the chorus is okay. There's nothing wrong with it, but the verses are so cool and so heavy. And you both mentioned it. I'm going to mention it again with a timestamp so Tim can insert it here. That single pedal heavy part they do is one of the best 24 seconds on this entire record. It is just so badass. And then it comes back around to the chorus again. You have the nice ending, as you mentioned. This is a great song. I don't hold it in nearly as high regard as PA Steve does, but yeah, this is like if Wicker Man's a 10 out of 10, this is like a 9.8 out of 10. Just a great song and a cool follow-up. I like this as the number 2 track on the album for sure. All right, Texas Steve, you're up.
Yeah, I agree with you there. All right, next up is the title track, Brave New World, track 3. Written the first of 3 Dave Murray co-writes, 3 on one album. Holy crap.
That's amazing.
I know. He obviously was picking up the slack from Adrian being gone, you know, and like you said, a lot of this stuff was written when they were planning for the next album before Bruce was back. Or I think they knew Bruce was coming back when they were recording Virtual 11 personally. I think they were working on that already. But anyway, written by Dave Murray, Steve Harris, and Bruce Dickinson. that's a writing combination that happened a lot back in the day. It might have never happened back in the day. But it starts with a very nice musical intro. When Bruce comes in, the Dying Swans, man, he sounds so perfect. And the melody is fantastic in that section. And then when it kicks in, Nico's pedal, he's proving why he is such a unique badass with that bass pedal. I mean, I don't know of any other metal band that has a player with a single pedal, really. I mean, I think he's a rarity, and that's awesome. The melody in the main verses, when it kicks in, oh man, so damn good. The chorus, it only says Brave New World, a brave new world in a brave new world, over and over and over. And I've heard certain people, I won't mention any names, but Bruno McDonald says he tires of it. He gets tired of hearing a brave new world over and over. I never get tired of the way, because of the way he sings it, the way he raises his voice in places and, sings it a little differently in times. So damn good. Also, I've never read the book, and I probably never will, but you don't need it to enjoy this song. It's so good. It's so good. There's a line I love in this song when he sings, "You were planned," and the way Bruce sings it, "You were planned and you are damned in this brave new world." Steve Harris's bass is really low and heavy, really adds to the song. Solo section's nice. There's a really, really nice harmony guitar section after the solos where you can hear, like Ray mentioned earlier on this album, you can hear the triple harmonies. You can hear the separate parts. Absolutely love that. And then something I absolutely love that Maiden does, I don't know exactly when they started. This may be on Fear of the Dark, but a nice ending that's the same as the beginning, kind of to close it all out, bookend it. I really like that too. I love this song.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. This is, I have melodic Maiden at its best. It's not a super heavy song, but it's so melodic. My God, the vocal melody on this song in the verses and the chorus is just phenomenal. It's memorable. I've been singing this song for 2 weeks now. I've been listening to this album nonstop, getting ready for this show today. And there's a couple tunes that are stuck in my head, and this is one of them. You mentioned it. When Bruce first comes in on this, he has never sounded better in his life, in his career, than he does on this song. Just so perfect. I'm usually not a fan of a chorus that's just the name of the song or just one line over and over again. And they do say it. It feels like about 100 times in this song. They could say it 400 times and I wouldn't get tired of it. I just love the chorus to this song. And you mentioned it, Steve. I think it's because he changes the delivery from line to line. It's not just saying the same thing over and over again. Yeah. He's got inflections. He's going higher. He's going lower. He's just so great. And you mentioned that harmony solo.
Yeah.
It is so badass. And you can hear there's a real low harmony underneath it that's really, really cool. Not something you normally hear. It's almost like a 3-part vocal harmony, but done on guitar. You've got the high part, the medium part, the real low part. It's just so brilliantly composed. And this song, you can't get a better title track than this. I mean, this is another one of those probably top 25, Maiden songs for me. I love Brave New World. I can't wait for it to come. I think that's one of the reasons why Ghost of Navigator is not one of my favorites, because I just want it to end because I want to get to this song. And can't wait when I finally do. And I usually go back and listen to it again. I mean, I love this song.
Yeah, for me, I like you get the little plinky date at the beginning, but even you get that in the bass notes too, that I think is really cool. That in Bruce's voice, and you're right, he has never sounded better when he comes in with those soft vocals. It's just especially after the intensity of some of the parts of the last couple songs. You get this one, it kind of starts out with okay, we're getting this Bruce. And I know you guys mentioned it before. Imagine if Bruce sang this album Fear of the Dark album. It would suck. All right. I'm just going to throw that out there. But like now we're like, okay, Bruce is like, we're in that low range now that I think is really cool. You get a little bit more, you don't really kind of hear any keyboards or anything in the first 2 tracks, but you do get them in this one as kind of like an accent for them. But like great short build to it, great kick up there. Another singable chorus, like in Rio, man, this really gets that fucking crowd jumping, man. And when that chorus comes in, the second verse is, and I like the second verse because it's like musically and vocally, like it's ramped up from the first one. I just like how they up the intensity as it goes here. Yannick gets the first solo, then Dave comes in for the second one. You know, people may not like Yannick's stage antics. I get it. I'm not a massive fan of them myself. I usually, when I'm on the Florida Maiden show, I usually go to looking at the stage to the center or to the left. But the guy fucking tears it up. I don't give a shit what anybody says about his stage antics, but he just is a fantastic guitar player. He's a fantastic addition to the band. I love his guitar tone. Dave's solo rips as usual. You get the great dual guitar harmonies that after the solo that is just like one of those just Maiden things that like it's just like it's in our DNA now, and it's just like it's like it's a full body thing for me, like when they do those guitar harmonies like that, because like you like feel it in your soul. It sounds weird to even say that, but like it does. And like Steve said too, that like Fear of the Dark, like it goes back to that basic beginning, the slow part, and ends like that. Fantastic song, perfect. I believe also title for the album. You know what I mean? And I think that for some odd freaking reason, if you weren't convinced that Maiden was back for the first 2 tracks, if this doesn't put the final coating on it for you, the varnish, then, just stop listening to Iron Maiden.
Yeah, you have no hope.
I want to add, you said it feels like it hits you in your soul. And I mean, I totally agree. It's like, the way I've never thought of it like that, but the way I've thought of it is it's like it gets to a place inside of you that nothing else can. It's incredible. I totally agree with you, Steve.
It's the musical G-spot.
Laws, yes. M-O-O-N. That spells G-spot.
All right. There you go.
We just coined a new term on this show. Write it down.
It's the M-spot.
Yeah.
The M. There you go.
All right. On that note, we're going to move on. Track number 4. This is a long one, 7 minutes and 14 seconds. This is the album that Maiden decides, you know what, fuck it. We're just going to write long songs. If you don't like it, tough shit. Written solely by Steve Harris. This is Blood Brothers. So Blood Brothers, you have another soft opening. This one has that minstrel maiden sound to it I mentioned at the beginning. It's got a little whimsical feel to it. It's like doo 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 doo. It's like it's walking a fine line for me between. I'm not a big fan of minstrel maiden. I'm more of a metal and melodic maiden fan, but this is walking a fine line. It's almost too whimsical. Not as big of a fan of the intro vocals on this one as I was on Brave New World. I don't think he sounds as good. I don't think it's Bruce. It's just the way the songs are written, I think. Just a huge soaring chorus on this one. This is another live staple. I mean, they've played this song on numerous tours, and this is the one where we all, lock arms and sway back and forth and sing "We're Blood Brothers" about 700 times. Again, let's just repeat the chorus over and over and over and over and over and over again. This one I do get a little tired of by the end, but it's just another great song, man. Just more killer drumming, more great bass tone, of course, from Steve Harris. I love the vocal harmonies in the chorus, which is not something that the Maiden does a lot of. There's some great harmonies in this chorus. I'm not sure Steve, who's there? Is that Adrian or Steve? Who does the harmony vocals? Do you know?
I think Adrian does. I know Steve does, but I don't think his mic is turned up as loud as Adrian's is.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's Bruce Laird. I'm pretty sure it's Bruce Laird though.
Oh, you think he just does it all in the studio?
Yeah, but I think live, if you listen to Rock in Rio when it comes in, it sounds more like Steve, because Steve kind of has that off-sounding voice sometimes.
Yeah, it's like a higher, the one in was it Phantom of the Opera? Yeah. He has those really weird high vocals.
That's Dennis Stratton.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. You can hear it on that. You can hear it on the chorus of "Running Free." When you hear it real high, it's Dennis Stratton singing the backgrounds. Okay.
I didn't know that. So I'm learning shit today, man. Musical G spots. And
well, you
Dennis
said I'm the expert.
You are the expert, man. That's why we got you on here.
I know it all.
They do sing "We're Blood Brothers." It seems like 700 times. I do get a little tired of it by the end, but it's just another great sing-along chorus. Of the first 4 songs, I will say this is my least favorite of the 4. But it's just another classic tune. I mean, it's on so many live albums, and you've just heard it so many times. Like it's just one of those songs that's in your DNA. I love it. It's just not a favorite based on what we've heard so far. But this is, the best song on 98% of other albums. Not Maiden albums. I'm talking albums in general. There's very few bands that can put music together like this. So
for me, I think that the beginning of this song has a Killers feel to it. I don't know why. I just kind of get that little feeling there. A little more plinky guitar work at the beginning, at the start there, too. I like the melody of it. The keyboards are great at it, too. I think it gives a good accent. Whoever composition of how the keyboards were on this album, I think did a fantastic job of that. The verses are good. You do get a build, an intensity for the second part of the verse when it goes into the chorus. Another one that upon hearing it the first time, I'm like, the fucking Iron Maiden community is going to eat this song up. Blood Brothers, and everyone's going to be swaying arm in arm in the concerts and everything like that, and you pretty much get that. And I do like that we equate most of this stuff, because you get all this stuff live at the Rock in Rio, and you can't. For me now, listen to the album itself, I can't separate what I've seen and experienced on this tour. Especially, watching Rock in Rio. Would it not be awesome to see a show like in South America, like a Maiden show? It would be fucking insane. The second verse seems more like a bridge than a chorus, I think, in this song, which is kind of strange for me. The guitar melody is great. Dave does the first solo, then Yannick takes the melodic part after the solo. Some great crowd whoa-whoas, I'm in for that, for sure. Then it goes down for a bridge. It's almost got that, like Ray says, the minstrel Maiden. I gets like an Irish type feel to it for me. And Ray, I love minstrel Maiden, by the way, which I'm sure you're not surprised by at all. And then you get that kind of keyboard, like the keyboard which is weird to say in a Maiden song, kind of gets a little spot to kind of shine there. But I think it fits really good. I think that part of the song is really cool. And you get that another fantastic guitar harmony there. Then Yannick plays such a great melodic solo for that second part, is just fucking spine chilling.
It's really good. I meant to call that out, and I totally forgot. I'm glad you brought that up. It's a great solo.
And then it goes back into the chorus. I think this is just the composition and the construction of the song is just friggin' awesome. And I've said it before. I've said it a million times. I do not mind long Maiden songs. I love them. some people won't listen to the newer stuff because of that, the length of the songs. I absolutely love it. And, this one, for what we're getting nowadays, is not a long song at all for Maiden. But
this is like a radio single.
Right. Yeah,
it is.
Yeah. So I don't mind it at all. So I'm good on this one too. I really like it.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I think it's a nice intro. The melody right off the bat is very nice, and I like it as it goes that second kind of line, I guess, where he says, just for a glimpse of my Father I see, and in a moment he beckons to me. Like, you can hear the intensity kind of picking up, like building to lead into that chorus, which I think is majestic. The chorus is fantastic. I will say, like Ray said about the locking arms, I've never done that at a concert ever in my life until at the it was the Book of Souls tour. Some random dude behind me, just me and him like kind of made eye contact, and man, we just locked arms. Never known the dude in my life. Just well, blood, bro. I mean, it was a really, and if you read the lyrics, I mean, the song kind of isn't. It's about a lot of negative stuff going on in the world, but just saying, they're taking that line, "We're blood brothers," and making it like. And if you see him anytime, if you've seen him do that song, the speech that he gives, it doesn't matter if you're a Christian or a Muslim, or if you're gay or straight, or if you're black or white, or if you're, whatever, male or female, any of that stuff. We're all here together, and we're in unison, and we're all here for the same purpose. And it's a really great rallying cry, that he gives. And even though it's kind of not what the lyrics are about. Oh man, I love the melody in that chorus. I love the melody in the verses. The second verse seems like it has the intensity kind of building up. There's a line in the song that I really, really like the way he sings it, because he's leading into the chorus, and when he sings it, it's a really, we're all getting older, and we've all lived a long time compared to probably some people we know already, but the line where he sings, "Will we ever know what the answer to life really is?"
The answer to the ultimate question of life, the universe, and everything is 42.
Can you really tell me what life is? Maybe all the things that that are precious to you could be swept away by fate's own hand. I think that's it's a very thought-provoking line. And the way Bruce delivers it right there and leading into the chorus is awesome. And the version on Rock in Rio, so good. The solo section, the harmony guitar lines that are there, I was like, this is the shit, man. It's so good. It's perfect for a crowd sing-along. It's so soothing to the ears. It's like kind of what Steve was talking about a minute ago, man. It just hits you in that M spot.
Yeah.
About 4 minutes in, there's a really nice, soft section. And like I wrote, you said it was a synth, Steve. I said it was a guitar solo with a synth accompanying.
Thank you very much. I may have a spot for you.
Can I say that word?
Accompaniment.
Accompanying it. It's so great. And on Wikipedia, I looked it up while you were talking too. It says that Steve Harris does all the keyboards on the album. So a very nice job by him. We get more of the chorus at the end. And then at the very last, I think the last chorus they do, like they go up an octave or however you would say that in singing terms, and with layered Bruce, it's majestic. And yeah, they do say we're blood brothers, like, quite a few times in this song. I never get tired of it because I think the melody all over this song. All the melodies in this song are so damn good. So yeah, that's me on that.
Yeah, you mentioned that those lines. That I'd like to call out that entire section of the song. It's just so well written. There are times when I feel I'm afraid for the world. There are times I'm ashamed of us all. I love that line.
Oh, yes, for sure.
When you're floating on all the emotion you feel and reflecting the good and the bad, will we ever know what the answer to life really is? Can you really tell me what it is? And then the line, like you said, that gets me is that last one. Maybe all the things that that are precious to you could be swept away by fate's own hand. And that is just a terrifying thought. Like if that thought gets in my head when I'm going to bed, I'm not sleeping much that night because I lay awake and think about, wow, someday I'm going to be dead, and, what's the world going to be like without me in it? I can't imagine that. But that type of thought just freaks me out. So I'm right. I'm glad you called that out. I love the lyrics to this song. And again, they're, like you said, they're not really like a happy feely or a touchy-feely happy lyrics. They're about, we're kind of all pieces of shit, but at the same time, we're blood brothers, But, when they present it live, it's the opposite. It's, it's the color of our blood's the same. That's all that matters is we're all the same, regardless, like you said, Steve, if you're gay, straight, black, white, man, woman, child, whatever. We all bleed the same color,
Yeah.
So, no, great lyrics in this tune.
Absolutely.
All right. Track number 5. We're getting halfway through this album, and this one is The Mercenary, written by Yannick Gers and Steve Harris. So now after the first, if you want to call it, epic type song on the album, we get to another short rocker drivel for Tim for sure. And I was surprised that they played this one live. I was surprised that they got this one out. There's another song on the album that I thought that they would have played in place of this, but I've always liked it. The song has something that we don't get many of these going forward, of this time frame type song, quick short rocker, just a good solid Maiden deep track. I think they played on the tour. They'll probably never play it again, I'm sure. Dave Murray really kicks up the ripping solo. The Yannick comes in, but I have Dave playing the first one, the Yannick playing the second one, whatever. And also, too, one thing that kind of doing the review for this album, and I get it, and I said it before too, that most of this album I think was prepared, ready to roll before Adrian came back. And like you said, like Steve said, I think during Virtual 11, they were planning on for Bruce to come back. And I think that a lot of the stuff that was written for that album was probably, for Virtual 11, was probably saved for when Bruce comes back. And I think this is a perfect example of that. Just a quick, fast rocker that comes in, comes out quick. Like I said, I'm really, really surprised that they played this one live. It's one of those cool, quick, deep tracks. I like it. Nothing spectacular. It's no slouch either. I
interviewed Blaze Bayley, and he did say that I think he co-wrote about half of the songs on this album that made it to the album, and he was paid off. They bought him off because they were, obviously moving forward, and that helped him out to move forward with his solo career and all. But yeah, it's a weird thought process to what I think they were kind of planning on with Blaze, but I think in the background they were always trying to get Bruce back. So at least at a certain point when Bruce's solo career was, kind of where it was, I saw him in like a 500 or 600 seat club. That's kind of what he does on a solo show now. And of course, Maiden, like Ray said earlier, they were playing like a, 700 seater, something like that. So both of them were, of course, you go South America, they could, do Rock in Rio. But either way, The Mercenary, yeah, it's I think it's the second song on the album to start kind of fast and furious, like The Wicker Man a bit. I wrote down, it's almost, the furiosity of it is almost like Number of the Beast furiosity from like that era. Like it's it kicks in quick. There's a pretty good verse melody when they do the verses here. The pre-chorus, that nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, I think that's killer. It's a killer. And the chorus, I like the chorus, the show them no fear, show them no pain. I like that too. I think it's pretty good. There's a line in the song that I really like. I just like the way Bruce delivers it, and maybe because the band is named Iron Maiden, but the line where they say Iron Will and it goes Iron Fist. Every time I listen to this and I'm singing it along, I always make a fist when I sing Iron Fist. Iron Will, Iron Fist. Had it ever come to this? I love that line, the way he delivers it. Again, it's good chorus. I wrote down it's a very frenetic Yannick solo here. So who knows? Who knows who's right here? I don't even. I didn't. Sorry to say, Ray, but I didn't look at your note sheet you gave. Sorry.
No, that's fine. I told you I didn't know if it was right. I'm not like you guys. I can't tell who's playing based on how it sounds. Like, it all sounds the same to me, guitars. But other than the very few players, I can't tell Adrian from Dave from Yannick.
Sometimes I can tell.
I could tell a lot of the time. If you listen to, it might be Rock and Rio in your headphones.
Oh, it's very noticeable.
Dave's in the left, Adrian's in the middle, and Yannick's are on the right, I believe.
Yannick has a certain
separation.
Tone too.
Yeah, yep.
But when you hear the solos that sound like they're very well thought out and very well done, those are Adrian. Those are always Adrian.
Absolutely. They're more precise. And I believe actually for who I have for the solos on this for this whole album, the ones that they play live, I went back and watched the videos to make sure that I had who played what.
Oh, okay.
So I'm pretty sure it's Yannick then Dave.
Yeah, but this song ends with it doesn't end with it, but there's a really killer guitar melody that happens after the guitar solo, which I think is real. It's like da da na 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 da na 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 na. It's really, really good. I love it. But yeah, like Steve said, I mean, this is a rarity in the Maiden catalog, moving forward. I mean, I think the opening track and of the next album and Rainmaker from the next album are both pretty short as well. But a 4-minute song, man, you're just not going to get many of those moving forward. But yeah, I do like this one too, and I kind of agree with Steve. I'm a little surprised that it got played live, but that's me on that one.
Yeah, I'm not surprised they played this live. I wish they would play this live on the next tour. I freaking love this song. I thought you guys are like downplaying this one. This is one of my favorites, man. It's just the riff,
just a little downplay,
riff just
not too
punches you in the face as soon as it starts. You mentioned the nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Pre-chorus, you've got to kill to stay. I just freaking love the way it's delivered. This is just a great, straightforward metal Maiden song. They're just going for it. That's show them no fear, show them no pain. The vocal on that is so good, and that's like my life motto, man. Show them no fear, show them no pain. I've always kind of taken that line and kind of integrated it into my life.
That's cool.
The solos are great. Neither of you mentioned it, but my favorite part of this song is that kind of stop at the end.
Show them no fear. Show them no fear.
Where it's just the drums and the vocals. It's only for like 2 seconds, but it's just so cool. And it's very un-Maiden-like.
Cool.
Like, they don't really do that very often, that kind of stuff. But just that kind of little stuttery bass drum beat that Nico's doing. And then Bruce comes in with the vocals and then the band kicks right back in. It's just really, really well done and well placed. Song has something I love, a great hard stop. I love when songs just have a good stop, this is one of those. But I love the Mercenary, man. I could listen to them play this song live any day. I love it.
Excellent. Well, track number 6 is Dream of Mirrors. It's written by Yannick and Steve.
Have you ever felt the future is the past, but you don't know how? Of a fight to dream, of a captured time. Is it really now? Is it really happening? Something vivid comes again into my mind, and I think I've seen your face, seen this room, been in this place. Something vivid comes again into my mind. All my hopes and expectation, looking for an explanation. Have I found my destination? I just can't take no more. The dream is true. The dream is true. The dream is true. The dream is true.
Yannick has 4 songwriting credits on this album, and I think, Steve, you alluded to it earlier that like there's a lot of people that don't necessarily like Yannick's playing or him still being in the band, but my belief is that these songs were probably brought to Steve from Yannick that he had written, like maybe written the music for or something. And if there's so many songs here from here moving forward that without Yannick you don't have him on the albums, and man, I think he's a huge asset to the band. Not just a huge ass, but a huge asset. But yeah, Dream of Mirrors, the intro used to throw me off, you know, that dun dun, have you ever felt, all that. It used to throw me off a lot and I didn't like it. But once it grew on me, I want to say it was the Rock in Rio version. When I heard it, I was just like, oh, this is cool, you know, but I do like it now. And it's, but it's funny because it happens. And then there's like, usually there's a callback to the intros on the end of the songs. There's no callback at all. It just happens once and it's over. But the song kicks in with the nice little bass line, dun 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 dun, and the guitar line, dun 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 dun. It's really nice, and they're both kind of playing along with Bruce's vocal melody. Don't know why I feel this way. It's a good melody. Bruce sounds good. I like that. Then, you know, the bass kind of chugging along lightly. I like the echoes later in the song on his vocals. You can hear, like when he goes, something vivid comes again into my mind. You can hear like my mind. You can hear it come after that.
Have I dreamt this time, this place? Something vivid comes again into my mind.
It's very subtle, but it works well. When the verse is here, I like the melody in the verse. You know, when he comes in with that, the dream is true. It takes a while for this song to kick in, you know? I don't get tired of that intro, but it's 2 minutes and 45 seconds before the drums really, you know, where he comes in with that dread to think, you know, when he really kicks in. And it gets to the chorus pretty quick. I only dream in black and white, which I think is a fantastic melody when he sings it. Let me try to slow my talking down here.
Getting excited.
Someone told me once it was repeated too many times. I won't name names. Maybe the initials are BM. I love it, man. I love it. After the chorus, it goes back to the softer section, but the intensity kind of ramps up. There's a simple drumming when he's doing that. It goes in, you know, he's like, I get up, put on a light, dreading the upcoming night. And it's just real simple with Nico, just the pop of that drum. It builds the intensity, you know, because the way Bruce obviously builds the intensity. Another killer chorus. It kicks into overdrive again after the chorus, and again, you wonder if just Nico has a robot foot back there. I mean, incredible. There's a, what did I write down here? Lost a Hell That I Revisit, A Parallel Existence, A Nightmare I Retrace, and the music's really quick pace there. I Only Dream in Black and White faster, and I gotta admit, I enjoy. It's funny because I've discussed this with a certain Bruno McDonald. And he enjoys when the chorus picks up in pace, like double timed. I like it. I like the slower pace of it, you know, when it's singing it slower. So there's a nice guitar solo. And then, there's the whoa, whoa, whoa part toward the end of the song there. I love that. The song slows down. We get one chorus at the end. And then he ends it with the dream is true, which is interesting, again, because That's a line in the first soft bit of the song, not the actual intro. So they changed it up a tiny bit here. But I love Dream of Mirrors. I'm a huge, huge fan of this song, and I'm so glad that this made it to Rock in Rio, to the set on that.
Yeah, man. I don't know why, Steve. I was thinking you didn't like this song. Maybe it was what you said about the intro. I remember hearing you be critical of that
Kirsty
before.
doesn't like this song.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Well, Kirsty, you're wrong. This song fucking rules.
You are wrong, Kirsty.
This is a top 10 Iron Maiden song for me. Spoiler alert, this is the best song on this album. I love this song.
Wow.
More than any other tune on this album. This is one of my all-time favorite Maiden albums. Or Maiden songs. You have the very heavy vocal at the beginning, which I'm with you, Steve. I wasn't a fan of that at first, but it kind of grew on me. And then, like you said, they only do it once.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird that they never go back to that melody or those lyrics or anything, which is just kind of a interesting composition. I like how it feels like it's building and building and building, but it just stays mellow. It keeps building like tension and momentum. And in my notes, I wrote in, any other band kicks this song into gear well before the 2-minute mark. But they just, like you said, they keep building and building and building and making you wait. And then everybody finally kicks in.
All my hopes and expectations, looking for an explanation, coming to the realization that I can't see for sure.
You mentioned the I Only Dream in Black and White chorus. Mr. McDonald, you're out of your mind. That is one of the greatest Iron Maiden choruses in the entire catalog. It's one of the best vocal melodies in the catalog. When the whole band, when it really kicks in, like when they just start rocking out and they get that full Maiden gallop going. Which we haven't really heard a lot of that yet on this album. There's not a lot of galloping, but they hit it in this one. And then it just gets faster and faster and faster. And I am with you, Steve. I like the slower delivery of it, but at that point in the song when it speeds up, I'm just like, yeah! Like, I can't get enough of it. I wish they would keep going and keep getting faster. I've been doing a lot of working out lately, trying to lose a lot of weight. And I've been listening to this album on the elliptical like every morning for the last 2 weeks. And like, when it gets into that part, I mean, you just take off with it. Like it's such a great song to listen to because you get like a little bit up and down, a little bit fast and slow. This is going to be a weird analogy, but this is what I've been thinking of all week. And I have no idea why this came into my head. Like when I listen to this song, it reminds me of like a really good sex session with your wife or your partner, whoever. Like, it starts off nice and slow. That's like the foreplay. I couldn't think of the word. You know, you're just kind of maybe kissing a little, kind of getting into it. Then it builds and builds. You know, like at the 2 minute and 47 second mark, that's when like the bra comes off. You know, and everything's out. And you get more and more into it. And then when you hit that really fast part, you know, you're really going for it. You know, and then you climax, and then at the end, you're just like, oh, it's what it reminds me of. Like it just feels like it's like a journey, you know, and it just gets better and better and better and better, and then it explodes, and then it just goes right back to like, oh, that was amazing, you know, at the end.
What did I just hear come out of that guy's mouth?
And then after 9 minutes, the whole thing's over.
9 minutes, wow, I'm jealous, but no. Yeah, it's
doesn't get to the soul.
I wasn't expecting this at all.
Hey, you never know what to expect on here, but
true.
We don't get to talk about sex much with Queensryche, so I had to fit it in somewhere. But that's just, I don't know why. It reminded me of that. Like as I'm listening to this song this week, I'm like, the song has nothing to do with that. It has no lyrics, but just the way the song is put together, it just reminds me of a good, you know, session with your wife. My absolute favorite part of this song, though, is the lost in a dream of mirrors, lost in a paradox. I freaking love that. It's just so heavy.
Yes.
But yeah, I can listen to Dream of Mirrors any day, any moment. I will never get sick of it. It is one of my all-time favorite Maiden songs, and probably, Tim's going to laugh, it's one of my 200 top 25 songs of all time.
You are correct, sir. Yes!
So, yeah.
Wow.
This tune fucking rules.
Yeah, you do have a lot of those.
I do. I admit it.
All right, how do I follow that up?
I'm guessing by being wrong.
I'm just I just have to process what I just heard here. No, I love it. This I think that this album so far is sequenced perfectly. Kick ass right out the beginning, little lull, then kick in, Brave New World, boom, Blood Brothers, Let's All Hold Hands, Mercenary, kick you in the face again, and then you get this. Gives it some nice breathing room at the beginning. Have you ever felt future is your past, but you don't know how? This is the one of the songs also that captured me like right off the bat on this album. I was like, okay, I'm like, as soon as I heard this, and then once you get the absolutely a call back to the Klansman, like musically, I think.
Yeah, a little bit, and I can see that.
I've read many times that this was one of the songs that Blaze had a hand in writing as well for Future Maiden. And if it was written for Virtue 11 and it was held back, thank you, Steve Harris, for that decision.
Yes,
for sure. I could see Blaze singing this one though.
Yeah,
because there's certain songs that you're like, okay, like, but this one I'm like when I don't know if you guys have ever seen the video of Blaze singing "Afraid to Shoot Strangers." I think he sings that fucking fantastic. I think this would be one that he would do good. But anyway, I don't care. I said it before. I don't give a shit what anybody says. I love, in the quotations, the epic Maiden songs. The chorus is killer. I only dream in black and white. That da-da. It's so heavy when that part, and then it just crushes your ears, because when that kicks in, I'm like, holy shit. Then I love the dream is true part. It kind of gets you, lulls you back into that false sense of we're back to that part. But then like for the second verse, it ramps up just a tick. And I love it. It's just a little upturn there. But then, like, those guitars come in, like, it's so crunchy. I love the lost in a dream. I mean, like, I love the fast parts. I love the slow parts. It's constructed really well. Like, the way that the ups and downs in this song. I love like I said, I love when he sings it fast. I don't mind it at all. Yeah, Bruno. I mean, dude. I mean. Okay. Still love you, buddy. Nico's drums, that robot. We have to call it the robot foot pedal now. Just another ripping solo from Yannick. I'll tell you what, I am really digging the shit out of his playing on this album. Not enjoying the lack of Adrian's solos, but like when Yannick is throwing these solos down, I think he's just tearing it up. Then it kicks down again. I think this song is absolutely fucking killer. This was one. This goes to Navigator. Like, there's certain ones on here. I'm loving this. For the first time listening to this album, I'm loving it all the way through. But there's certain ones that I'm like, that's a special one. And I think that this is one of those.
I am so glad to hear this from both of you guys. I was so worried about this song. I'm like, I don't know what their thoughts are going to be on this song.
I was thinking the same thing about you guys.
Really?
Yep.
And I got to be honest, I didn't realize until this very moment that this song is 9 minutes and 21 seconds long.
Doesn't
like, it
seem
just
that long.
flies
It's a long
by.
song. Yeah.
It really is, but it never really hit me that it's that long. Like, it doesn't feel that long when you're listening to it. It just flies by, and it just keeps you interested because there's so many different things going on. And oh God, I love this song so much. So yeah, spoiler, that's my number one. All right, let's move on. Next up, we've got a tune written by Adrian Smith and Steve Harris called The Fallen Angel.
Beside you, and
right, so you can tell this song was written by a guitar player and a bass player. This riff and bass at the beginning of this song, when it kicks in, is just, this is one of the heaviest riffs in the whole catalog, I think.
Yeah, this one's heavy, I agree.
Yeah. Ghost of Navigator's heavy. This is heavy. I mean, it's just, it sounds like it's fairly simple. I can't play a note on a guitar, but it doesn't sound very difficult just to my ear, but it is just so powerful. You know, Bruce is really pushing the limits on this song, I think, of his range. He's really up there on certain notes of this song. When does the "You and Only God Will Know What Will Be Done"? It's really high. It just sounds great though. There's really cool harmonies in this song, also vocal harmonies. They're doing the "Could It Be It's the End of Our World" part. There's that kind of high harmony underneath it. After the chorus of this tune, there's like a little music break, and Nico just goes off. And then it goes back into the main riff again. This is everything I want from just a good, fast metal Maiden song. It's a great follow-up to Dream of Mirrors because it is 9 minutes and 21 seconds long, and this one is exactly 4 minutes. So Dream of Mirrors lets you catch your breath. This is like, I should say Dream of Mirrors is like running a lap. This is like running a 20-yard sprint, you know. It just takes off. It never lets up at all throughout the entire song. I've got notes that Yannick plays the first solo, Adrian plays the second, Dave plays the third. I don't know if that's correct, but the solos are great. This is just a great heavy Maiden song, and I love it.
Cool.
Back for another one of those quick rockers. The main riff is just so damn heavy. The chorus is fantastic. I wish they played this one instead of the Mercenary Live. This was the one I was still kind of alluding to before. This song just fucking rips. Great chorus. It's kind of weird that like the short songs, all three get solos, and some of the longer songs, only two of the guys get solos. I have Adrian, then Dave, then Yannick for the solos on this one. Fun throwback type Maiden song, just pure rocker drivel for Tim to love, for me to absolutely love. One of the two Adrian Smith co-writes on the album. So this one. And actually, I don't even know how to put this without sounding like that. It's weird that this seems fresh. I don't know, because I think some of the other songs of the album, I kind of get that feel that, okay, these songs were written during the Blaze era, you know, or not held back for Bruce to come back, or with the hopes of that. But this one feels like we're just going in. We want a song. I want a song with, you know, because we have a lot of co-writes throughout the years with just Adrian and Steve Harris. And I think that this is one of them, like Adrian and Steve, you know, conversation in my head. Dude, let's just me and you, like old times. Let's go down. We'll throw a fast rocker out there that Adrian is known for those great riffs. And then, you know, Steve Harris come in, do help him with lyrics. And I think it's just a fresh one for me. It's hard to explain what I'm thinking, but that's the feel it gets for me. And great throwback Maiden type song. And like we talked about, you know, throughout the episode, that you're not going to get many of these going forward. And I really enjoy this one. I think this song just kicks all kinds of ass.
It's okay. So this is the third song on the album where the song kicks in pretty quickly. Very heavy riff, like Ray said, and the verses kick in quick. I think the melody in the verses is decent. I think I do like the pre-chorus, you know, that like Ray was talking about, you know, you and only God will know. I think that's cool. I think the chorus has a really catchy melody as well. I do like that. Obviously, shortest song on the album. The bass is very low and heavy in this song. So it's really good.
And it's out front.
Nice guitar solo.
Yep.
Yeah, very much so. Even it's always out front with Maiden, but certain songs, certain times, it feels like you can, like it really is. There's more to it.
You really feel it on this one.
It sounds like he's got like metal fingertips on, like he's got thimbles on all of his fingertips when he's hitting the strings. It's just so heavy, like the sound of the bass.
He borrowed them from Tony Iommi.
Yeah.
The guitar solo section is nice. I do like that. There's a little stop down section with a few more cool solos that happens, which I think it's a nice change of pace for the song, even though it's short. And then you get to the chorus and the song is over pretty quick. And Bruce has that big long note at the end, but it's just kind of bland to me. It's a long note, but it doesn't sound like it sounds like a Paul Di'Anno long note. Like it doesn't have any
really? I
real
love that note.
Meaning behind it.
I think it's got character. It's different because
it feels
it's different.
like he's just. I don't know. I don't know. It just didn't strike me very well. But I mean, I guess, there's some on his solo material that I really enjoy that I think are great, but maybe they're the same to other people. So, I don't know. But yeah, it's a quick song, and definitely compared to what else has come before this, it's not as much of a favorite as so many of the other ones.
All right, track number 8, The Nomad, in my mind, To Tame a Land Part 2, written by Murray and Harris. Like I said, To Tame a Land Part 2, another, we have the for Maiden, we get the airplane songs, the World War II, the fighter jet stuff, the fighter plane stuff, the tail gunners, the Aces Highs, we get the nautical stuff, we get the Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner, we get Ghost of the Navigator, then we have we're back to the desert, and actually in the next album there's going to be another one. So we have To Tame a Land on Peace of Mind, Nomad on this one. When I saw this title, because when I was sitting in my car, during solos and stuff, I'm kind of looking through the little booklet, and I'm like, ooh, the Nomad. I'm thinking this in my head. I have what this song is going to be like. It was like, shit, it is. I was like, because I love To Tame a Land, by the way. I was like, great desert feel to it. Like the soloing is amazing in it. We get Adrian first, and then Yannick, and then Dave. The middle part is just epic Maiden at its best for me. The melody is awesome. It just builds. The keyboards in this song are just absolutely perfect for it. And then you get the dude, like that last part is just like Lawrence of Arabia type stuff that I absolutely love. And I'm a huge fan of Dune stuff. I love all kind of stuff like that. I love it. Like that part, I'm like, I can't get enough of that. I can't, because I was always a big fan of like epic movies like that, like the Dune ones out now, like Lawrence of Arabia, stuff like that, where the soundtracks were just so epic and totally fit what was going on. And I think that this song for me brings that out. Nomad, Ancient Rider in the East, and I don't quote lyrics often, but for the chorus, Rider that men know the least, Nomad, where you come from no one knows, and where you go no one tells. I think it just kind of lyrically perfect for it. Chorus is great. I mean, there's not a lot to the verses, but the chorus is just absolutely fantastic. This is a killer song for me.
Okay, well, you did make a little mistake there, Steve. I need to correct you.
Okay.
The Nomad was actually written by Dave Murray, Steve Harris, and the band Beckett because there's about, I don't know exactly how long, because Maiden embellishes on the section that they completely stole. I'm telling you guys, there's a song, okay, anyone that hasn't heard it, well, it's not only is it the song they stole music from, but they also stole a lot of lyrics for Hallowed Be Thy Name from that song too. Go listen to Life's Shadow by Beckett. And it ain't the greatest song in the world, but this musical section where it gets quiet, that whole section, I mean, I'm talking some of it is damn near note for note. So like Steve said, it kind of is the To Tame a Land Part 2. You get that Middle Eastern vibe right off the bat, which I think it's really cool that they can create that vibe in their music. I think it's really cool that a metal band can do that. There's a nice little part that kind of happens at the beginning of the song. A nice Dave Murray lead into the verses, which the verses have a great melody. The chorus, on this song is even cooler than that. The melodies. Sorry, the melodies. And like Steve, you mentioned the lyrics, and I think the lyrics are really cool because it's just talking about this dude that is such a badass, like just like a mirage riding on the desert sand, like a vision floating with the desert winds. You know the secret of the ancient desert lands. You are the keeper of the mystery in your hand. The rider of the ancient East. Where you go to, no one tells. Under cover of the veil of your disguise, the men that fear you are the ones you despise. No one's certain what your future will behold. You're a legend, your own story will be told. I like this another one. No one dares to even look or glance your way. Your reputation goes before you, they all say. Like a spirit that can disappear at will. Many claim of things, but no one's seen you kill. Those who see you in horizon desert sun, who fear your reputation, hide or run. You send, this is the two lines I always thought was the coolest in the whole song. You send before you a mystique that's all your own. Your silhouette is like a statue carved in stone. That is a badass lyric. I love it.
Is.
So the chorus, where the nomad rider of the ancient East is cool, but then they go back into verses. Then there's the bit where Bruce really comes in, and so. Let me ask you, this is a song I was a little confused on too, where he says, nomad rider of the ancient East, nomad rider. Is that the chorus? Or is that like a pre-chorus? Because then they go into another verse, and then the real chorus is, nomad, you're the rider so mysterious. Am I right on that? Does that sound right?
I think so.
I think it's the chorus. It's just the way it's delivered differently. I mean, it's the same structure and everything. You say the word nomad, then there's a line after it.
Then.
Yeah, two melodies.
Yeah, okay.
But does it have to be a certain one way or the other? You know what I mean?
No.
Yeah, it doesn't have to. Yeah, I find it interesting. But when Bruce sings that part, nomad, you're the rider so mysterious, you're the legend that been fearing us. Holy crap! I mean, Bruce just sounds incredible. The riffs are nice and heavy. The solos throughout the song are nice. The random stops, where it's like ba-da. And the music comes back in with the guitar soloing going throughout the song. So good. Yeah. But then, again, they enter that Beckett. Then the band Beckett enters the room and gives us a few minutes of absolutely incredible music. I know multiple people, like Matt has even said, that's his favorite part of the song, where it slows down and don't da 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 da. I'm telling you, some of it is note for note. Go listen to that song. You can fast forward. Well, if you fast forward, you'll miss the lyrics to "Hallowed Be Thy Name" sandwiched in there as well. Not exactly, but quite. I mean, enough to where they lost a lawsuit against these guys
got sued,
and had
they?
to take
Yep.
Yes, they. If you saw the Book of Souls tour, the American side of it, they didn't play "Hallowed Be Thy Name" on that part of the tour because they were in that lawsuit.
Yep.
It pissed me off because that's the first song I introduced to my kids with Iron Maiden. Like, went through it, told them all about Hallowed, the storyline, just, introducing them how cool it was. Take both of my kids to their first Iron Maiden show, and they don't play the damn song. I was pissed. All they had to do is give them a writing credit, But Maiden does build on the section of music, and they make it go on longer than Beckett really did. And Maiden does a great job embellishing on it. But I still don't understand how Steve and Dave, guys that have been making money, making their career in a band for, about 20 years at that point, how they think they'll get away with just blatantly stealing this section of music. I mean, and I'm telling you, when you guys listen to it, you're going to shit. You're going to go like, oh my God, this is almost note for a bit. It changes up. And again, the Beckett song is not nearly as good as the Nomad, the song Maiden created. But if you hear a band, a riff, just a little riff, it's just as, it's more blatant than Vanilla Ice stealing doon 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 doon. It's a guitar solo section, and I'm like, maybe they were running out of ideas. I don't know, but I would love, to hear Steve and Dave both, because Steve was a fan of Beckett. I'm pretty sure Rainbow's Gold, the song they covered in the 80s, is a Beckett song. So, Steve was obviously a fan of Beckett. But I'd love to hear them give an honest answer. But then I thought about it, and I thought, like the rest of us, they made a critical error in judgment, and then they just ran with it and hoped nobody would ever find out about it. And then they regretted the hell about it when they got called out. And, but eventually Beckett got paid. But yeah, overall, because there's more of the same after they go back into the, after they get out of the Beckett section, they go back into the song where he says, your silhouette is like a statue carved in stone and all that. And they sing the choruses again, and then the song goes out. But that said, even though they blatantly ripped off Beckett, a band that we've never heard of, this song freaking rules. I love it. All that said, I still love this song.
Steve, did you ever mention what's the name of that Beckett song?
It's called Life's Shadow. Okay, I will say this too. Recently, I took the song because I knew we were going to do this, and I took the song, created it without the Beckett. Like, there's the musical section of guitar solos, and then bam, it just goes back. Those who see you in the rising desert sun. It just goes like, it skips that whole section of the song. It makes it like a 5.5 minute song. So yeah, taking all that out, no taking that bit of, yeah, I know it takes out literally the some of the best part of the song, but yeah, that's it's most everybody knows about the "Hallowed Be Thy Name" lawsuit, but taking the lyrics and they alter the lyrics a little bit on "Hallowed Be Thy Name." Some of them are word for word, but to me, lyrics you're singing a different melody with those lyrics and all that, but stealing music blatantly, like a guitar solo that's which we all know Kiss did it. There's what's the one because Kiss stole a guitar solo. I think I can't remember if it's Parasite. They stole it from another band, and then Pearl Jam stole it for one of their songs too. I know Gene has talked about it, but it's done in a way where you almost can't tell unless you really, really know. If you knew, but if someone was a huge Beckett fan, which I can't imagine there's many of those out there, but if there was someone that was a huge Beckett fan and then they heard this song, they'd shit themselves. They'd be like, "Oh my God."
There's a lot of shitting happening here.
How dare they?
But well, I'm just telling you, I'm serious, Ray. Go listen to that song just one time, because one of everybody's favorite Iron Maiden songs, "Hallowed," was a lot of the lyrics. The lyrical idea behind it, because Life's Shadow, the song is basically about a guy that dies. People are going to the funeral and things like that. The idea came from that song for Hallowed Be Thy Name. You know, they just changed it up a bit. Now it's a guy going to the gallows. So I promise, you hear that song and you're going to, I mean, I hate to say it like this, you're going to lose a little bit of respect for Steve Harris. All the integrity that we say Iron Maiden has always had, you go, damn, what were they thinking stealing those lyrics? But then, damn, what were they thinking blatantly stealing? I can't say it enough. I mean, I'm sorry I'm getting so long and winded about this, but it's just bizarre that, you know, because we've always, like Matt says, you don't think it's what?
I don't know. I've never heard that song before. I don't think songwriters necessarily blatantly rip it off. I think they might not recognize that they're doing it.
Oh, bullshit. You hear this? I promise you. I promise you. You listen to that. We should pause right now and let me play that song for you guys.
Hi, this is producer Tim. If you haven't noticed, the name of the band that quote-unquote ripped off Iron Maiden is Beckett. Beckett. The song is Life's Shadow from the album Beckett. Because Steve has now completely driven that into the ground, I'm going to speed it up just a little bit so we don't all waste time until our next birthdays. Thank you for your attention in this matter.
Please listen to that song when we're done, and you're going to understand why I'm so adamant. There's a difference between, like I said, Pearl Jam, hearing Ace do a guitar solo and going, oh, I'm gonna kind of stick that in here a little bit and, you know, do it my own style. This stuff is, you know the section in this song also where it's like dun 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 dun.
Yeah.
It is exactly like that in the Beckett song. I mean, they're stealing the absolute musical bit. I mean, it's not just like a little riff that says, oh, that sounds just like this. I mean, it is. The notes are almost exactly the same. It's so, I just don't understand. Like I said, they probably thought this is a no-name band. No one's ever going to catch this. That's what they had to think. Because Steve was a Beckett fan. I mean, he covered him in the 80s. Yes. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm sure the judge just listened to it and went, what the hell are you guys thinking here? But I know Steve does not like to put songwriting credits from anybody who's not the only person that ever got a songwriting credit, if I remember correctly. And the only reason he got a songwriting credit is because he was in the band up until they were going to record the album, and then he left, which was Adrian on Hooks and You. So, yeah. Yes. You just wait till you hear it. Please email me and tell me your thoughts. Tell me your thoughts after you. I want you to email me and tell me what you think. You're going to be like, holy shit, you were right. And sorry, okay, I'll stop. Yeah. But I promise it's going to change your feelings about the guys in Iron Maiden a little bit. You're going to be like, wow. I mean, if you put much thought into it, you might go, wow, that's just really disappointing to know that these guys that supposedly have had all this integrity all these years, and then you haven't even heard the lyrics out of that other song yet either. When you hear that, you're like, when you know your time, when your life is close at hand, maybe then you'll begin to understand life down here is just a strange illusion. You'll hear, it's not the same melodies. The melodies that Steve wrote for it are way better, but it's still copying the lyrics out of Hallowed too. So sorry, I'm going on. Sorry. Stop. I'm covering my mouth.
You mentioned that the first chorus or whatever we called it, but like that's really hard to sing, like in that low register, like no mad, like the way he sings it is really weird. And I know I've been singing along to it all week. I'm like, I always go off key during that part, but yeah, I like when he goes up there, man. When he goes to the actual chorus, when he's really belting out the Nomad Rider of the Ancient East. And you went through all the lyrics already, so I'm not going to hit those. But this is just a great song. I don't give a fuck who wrote it. This version of this song, the way they play it, the way they recorded it, is phenomenal. I'm glad Beckett got paid if they did write it, but I'm glad Iron Maiden took it and covered it or did whatever they did and made just an exceptional song. The ahs at the beginning, I love that. You know me, Steve, I'm always, we always talk about the oohs and ohs and ahs. I am always hashtag team ooh. So in this situation, I'm hashtag team ah. I just freaking love it. And they comes back around again towards the end of the song as well. So that, they can ah as much as they want. But Nomad is just it's a banger of a song, man. And I never really paid much attention to the lyrics until you were just quoting them, Steve. And I've sung along with it, but never really thought that it's just about a badass guy. And that's really what it is. And the lyrics are really, really good. So, this is a killer song. So thanks, Beckett, for writing it. Thanks, Iron Maiden, for making a better version of it.
Yeah, I agree. Both ways, yeah. Am I next? Yeah, I am next, aren't I? All right.
Yeah, that's right. Steve, I was thinking Steve didn't go yet, but he went at the beginning and you went for a while. So, okay, yeah, it's your turn. You're up.
Yeah, I went on so long you forgot this was your own podcast. So, track number 9 is the fourth Yannick Gers co-write, and thank God he helped write this one because, man, it's a killer song. Out of the Silent Planet. It is written by Yannick, Bruce, and Steve. Obviously a good songwriting team here. It's got a cool guitar intro. The intro where they start that little out of the silent planet, out of the silent planet. They do that a few times. You get a nice little guitar line kind of going along with it. And then Nico comes in. Da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da. And man, right when he hits that snare, Bruce comes in with that withered hands, withered bodies, begging. I mean, I was like, Bruce sounds like a god here. He sounds incredible. And he's getting to the when he's getting up to the I guess it's during the pre-chorus when he sings that one line, "You are guilty." Oh my god. You are guilty. So badass. The melodies and the verses are great. The pre-chorus and the chorus, I mean, they're all incredible. They freaking rule. The second verse, more of the same. Bruce is just killing it, and then just like "You are guilty," he sings that line, "I accuse you." Before you know the crime, it's all too late. And then they have the second doing of it where Bruce is layered with himself and oh man. But during the second chorus, they speed it up. It's like, instead of halftime, it's like double time, I guess is what I would call it. I prefer the slower version of it where it's kind of halftime. There's a nice harmony guitar lines in the second chorus. Then we get to a section where the music slows back down. The guitar solos start, which is very, very nice. It's not long enough, but the guitar solos are good. We go back to another double time chorus, changes up a bit, and it takes the song out. I really like this song. I thought I liked it more, but I still absolutely love it. I mean, killer song. So that's what I got on that one.
Oh boy. All right. It was bound to happen at some point.
I knew there was a song on this album that you felt this way about.
A near perfect album is ruined by this song. No, I don't hate this song.
Boy.
It's got some really good parts. I love the beginning. The beginning reminds me of something off of Somewhere in Time, like the intro. Just the tone of the guitar or the synth or whatever that is. It just sounds really good. I think the musically, this song is very good. I think the verses are, like you said, I love the verses and the way they're delivered. The withered hands, withered bodies, begging for salvation. And that you are guilty and when the punishment is death or all that. He just goes up and up and up. It's just so badass.
Yes.
And then we're hit in the face with the worst, one of the worst, if not the worst choruses in Iron Maiden's entire catalog. I hate the chorus to this song so much, I don't even have a word for it. Out of the silent planet, dreams of desolation. It's just so bad. I just hate it.
Sounds a hell of a lot better than what you just did.
Well, I would hope so, but it just... the gang vocal element to it, it sounds like they're all drunk at a pub just I just hate it. The guitar's like real whiny behind it. Like everything about the chorus to this song I despise. Everything about the verses of this song I love. There's that breakdown part, that dun 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 dun. It goes into the guitar solo. That part's awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's really good.
The guitar solos are great. Everything about this song is really good except that fucking chorus. I hate it so much, and it just ruins this song for me. I don't hate it as much as something else that's coming up next, but yeah, this chorus is a dog. And they have just been hitting grand slams with every vocal melody, every chorus melody on this album, and then this one they just like, yeah, we're out of ideas. Let's just say, we're out of the Silent Planet 1,000 times, and who cares? Nobody's going to listen this far anyway.
Disagree.
I figured. Yeah, I hate the chorus of this song. This song is like a 4 out of 10 for me.
Whoa. Wow.
That's really low. Okay. Out of the Silent Planet, they start out with essentially the chorus. I like when bands do that. I don't know. I just recorded with someone over the last week or whatever, and there's a song that starts like that. I've always liked that when a band starts with a chorus. It's kind of cool how they do that here. Then you get that then that short like kind of machine gun start. This song, even for me, this song has a different feel production wise on this album. The guitars have some crunch to it for the verses. We get the gallop again though. That is very cool. And there's like an underlying deep note that goes through there, like a kind of like a just listen. If you listen, give it like Steve said, like when you're listening to something, just hanging out, you hear certain things, but then you catch more stuff when you listen to it with intent.
It's the producer moaning in the booth because this song is so terrible.
No.
The chorus. He's like, oh, that's what it is.
Oh dear.
I like the time change for the solo. The dun, 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 dun. It's like kind of little convoluted feel to it. There's some really cool like ripping parts, some really cool whammy bar shit in there. It feels like filler at sometimes this song. Sometimes I love it. Sometimes I don't love it so much. I guess I have to be in the mood for it. It is cool how they changed the music to sort of like a stomp feel for the chorus. This one is not a favorite of mine. It's just okay for me. I like it. I don't love it.
I read 2 reviews. I always go back and read like reviews of records that come out like at the time they were released whenever we're doing these shows. And I read probably 10 for this album. And 2 of them, like the first 2 that I read, and the first one I read, I forget who wrote it, but it was some rock critic or whatever, said, Out of the Silent Planet is the greatest Iron Maiden song since Hallowed Be Thy Name. And I was like, what? Are you fucking high? I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Like, this song got just universal praise in these reviews. And I'm like, I didn't realize this was a single. This was the second single. It obviously didn't go anywhere.
That is
I don't
weird
remember
about
ever hearing this song.
So Maiden must have thought something about it. Yeah.
Ugh, yeah, it's just, and it's good. I mean, I love the verses. I love it musically. I just, the fucking chorus is so bad. Like, I just can't get through it. It is catchy. I'll give them that because the damn thing's been stuck in my head all week, but I still hate it. All right. Moving on.
I once, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
I won't say that.
No, go ahead.
I once said that Nomad, Out of the Silent Planet, and Thin Line is probably one of the best 3-song runs Iron Maiden has in their history.
Ugh.
That no one remembers.
All right. Yeah, we could do a whole episode on that. See, for me, I think The Mercenary, Dream of Mirrors, Fallen Angel, and Nomad is the best 4-song run in the entire Maiden catalog. I love that middle part of this album. But anyway, let's get to the last one. So the final track, number 10, the most appropriately named song ever. The Thin Line Between Love and Hate. This one's written by Dave Murray and Steve Harris. I mentioned it's appropriately titled because that is exactly how I feel about this song. There are parts of it that I love, and there are parts of it that I hate. And I'm talking hate. Like, I skip through it to get past it because I just can't take it. When you mentioned they ripped off Beckett, I was hoping this was the song you were talking about because,
I do remember. This is the one I was thinking of.
Oh, dude, I can't imagine that the guys in Iron Maiden are sitting around a room in a studio with a producer, and they go, how about we do this? When a person turns to wrong, it's I want to be belong. And they said, yeah, that's good. Let's go with that. That is the worst melody, musically, vocally, everythingly. It is horrible. Like, I can't do it. Like, it is so bad it makes me laugh every time it comes on. And then I immediately hit like the fast forward 15 seconds button like 5 or 6 times to get beyond it. And then like the intro of the song is really good. It's got a cool riff. It's got great powerful drumming. And then as soon as the vocals come in, it just ruins the entire first part of the song. Then it's there's a thin line between love and hate. Like another like out of the Silent Planet level terrible chorus. And then they get through that part. And then at 1:50, Iron Maiden finally shows up in the song. Bruce starts belting. The band starts playing. Then it goes back in another shit verse. And then it gets better after that. So from like, I don't know, 3.5, 4 minutes to the end is phenomenal. Like, it's such a great song. But the beginning of this song is so bad. Like, it's like laughably bad. Like, I can't believe Iron Maiden put this on a record. I just can't. Like, but from like 320 on, the song's amazing. 425, it's great. The part at the end, like, I think it's Dave Murray playing that melodic, and then Bruce comes in with the vocal, the thin line between love and hate. It's freaking gorgeous. Like, one of the best parts of the entire album. But man, the first 1.5 minutes of this song or 2 minutes of this song is brutal. It's like punishment to my ears to listen to, and I just hate it. But the second half, awesome. So yeah, most appropriately named song ever. What do you guys got?
Another Dave Murray co-write. Refreshing to see Dave Murray's name in some co-writes in a song. More than one, like every 4 albums or some fucking thing. A little brooding feel to it. Takes about 30 seconds to kick in. Layered vocals for the verses. It has a different feel to it. This is another one. Sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't. It could be. The chorus has kind of a plotting feel to it. I really like, I don't know, what would it be, the post-chorus, I guess, that in this one. There's some really cool leads before the vocals come back in. In the interludes, there's some real cool, like, there's some cool like soloing and leads that go on this song. I would love to know the order that they recorded these songs in. You know what I mean? Like I'd just like to know, like are we just getting to the end? Is this the last song they recorded? Let's just throw in whatever we could and see what sticks to the wall. It gets really mellow around six minutes. Bruce sings the title just once, then it builds back in, more soloing, then a guitar harmony with a guitar harmony part, a little more soloing in there. There's a lot of guitar soloing in the song. Song's got a lot of moving parts to it. Like I said, it's one of those that sometimes I like it, sometimes I hate it. And then sometimes for me, I'm like, this is like kind of sneaky good in parts. And then I agree with Ray on that part that he hates, but I like the end. You get the band, like, you hear some kind of talking, and then you hear, oh, I fucking missed it at the end. And then that ends the album. So, like, I would just love to know the order that they recorded these songs in, because this kind of feels like, let's just make this a 10-song album, and we'll put this on here and, I don't know, see what works. Like, this is, out of all the songs of the album, I think that this is one that they never probably even glimpsed of a thought of playing this one live. All the other songs in the album, I think that you could see them doing it live. This one, not so much.
The thin line between love and hate. It starts ominously enough, musically. The band all kicks in, kind of a slow bit, picks it up. I think Bruce's voice is doubled in the verses. I don't mind the melody. I don't think it's terrible. I don't mind how they sing it either. It doesn't bother me. I've always liked this song. Hey, I was quiet while you bashed it. You be quiet while I say nice things
said,
about
it. I didn't say anything. I was just making noises. Sorry.
I do like the melody. The chorus comes in. It's kind of more of the same with the chorus. Bruce is still doubled, as is one of Nico's feet. It's like, there's the... His voice his foot is moving so fast.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I just can't fathom. He's another level. He is another level. Next set of verses, same as before. Then we get to the chorus, which I guess is the chorus. I will hope, my soul will fly, and I will live forever. God, Bruce is wailing. He sounds incredible. I know you won't disagree with that.
No, it's perfect.
Verse 3 is also good, I said. The third chorus is the same as the first chorus, I guess. Not sure which one's truly the chorus, but maybe like Steve said earlier, it doesn't matter. Maybe it's a pre-chorus type thing. The solo bit they play, and then the I will hope, my soul will fly, so I will live forever. I like the way they changed it up back and forth. So I will live forever, and I will live forever. So I like how it's deliberately done with a little bit of a change in the word. I love when Bruce does that. I think that melody right there, and I think you said the same thing, Ray, is probably one of the best melodies on the entire album, that bit right there. And then at the 4:05 mark, the band goes into a very nice musical section. I feel like this is where the song gets a chance to breathe a bit. I kind of have this thing where Maiden has done it enough now over the course of all these albums in the 2000s where they just let a song kind of go on for a while. And I always feel like they just kind of go, they're jamming and they say, let's just see where this goes. Play it out for a bit to explore the space, if you will. And I absolutely love when they do that. The band's holding the rhythm down. Adrian seems to be soloing over it, if that's him. Then Bruce comes in with a very nice thin line between love and hate bit. I think it's a Dave Murray guitar solo ahead of him there. The band kicks in again. Like you think, it's almost the end of the song. The band kicks in again at the 6:20 mark. Once again to explore the space. reference to when I say that. Do you?
No.
It's the cowbell. He's like, when he's telling the guy to play more cowboy on Saturday Night, he goes, explore the space.
Oh, okay.
I mean, really, explore the space.
You're right, I forgot all about that.
Then you get a Yannick. So, yeah, when I wrote that line down, I deliberately wrote it, explore the space. But there's a very, very nice musical section when they come back in. Just fantastic harmony guitar section. The whole band's in on it. So good. Another solo, killer harmony section. And then I said, I think they got the space covered. Then they slow back down. You know, the band gives the final line of the album. And then you hear Nico say, "Oh, I fucking missed it." And then you hear the little bit afterwards where the band's all laughing about him saying it because he missed. I think he played one drum beat. I think he had one extra snare beat. I think I actually heard it. I was like, oh, maybe that's what he missed, that he played too much. But I just wrote, it's a great ending to a great album.
Yeah, the last 6 minutes of this song are great. And I got to be honest, I never noticed that little chatter at the end of the album until these listens. Like, I don't know why. I always probably skipped this song or whatever. I never got to the end and intentionally listened to this song as many times as I have. But yeah, I was shocked when I heard that. That was really cool. But yeah, it's a good ending. I mean, the way this song ends is great. I mean, I love the last 6 minutes of this song. It's just those first two, I just can't do it. Yeah, it's a great ending to the album. So, all right, that brings us to the end. Anybody have any last minute overall thoughts? I mean, we've talked at length about all these things before we get into ranking the songs. Anybody have anything else to add? No.
I just one of those things where I really enjoyed giving this another listen. I had this one hits my turntable a couple times a year. You know, some of the songs on here hit playlists that there's certain playlists on my phone that I repeatedly play, and like these are like mega playlists where there's like 1,200 songs on there, 600 songs or whatever, and you know, a couple of these songs will come up. You know, and when you do a playlist like that, there's certain songs you're like, I don't feel like hearing that today. You'll skip it or whatever. But like the ones that come up from this album, I don't do that.
Yeah, this is one of ranking Iron Maiden albums is really hard.
I thought you were doing so good, Ray, until the end.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, I thought you did a great job, Ray, until the last two songs. And yes, ranking these songs was very tough.
Yeah. Yeah, this album is 100%. My bottom two were very easy. My number one was easy. Everything else in the middle was tough. So let's get into it. Can
I ask one quick question, Ray?
Yeah, sure.
And I'm only saying this because I know what's about to happen. Are you drinking? Do you have a stiff drink handy?
No, it's 10 a.m. I'm not drinking. Yeah, I have a glass of water.
Okay. I'm just saying I would advise one. Let's move. Let's rank these songs.
Can't drink all day. I would expect
nothing less.
Exactly.
I would expect nothing less from you, sir. And I'm going to, since you're our special guest, let's let you go first. So what's your number 10 song, Texas Steve?
My number 10 fell all the way to the bottom. That's why maybe they call it The Fallen Angel.
What?
Oh my God. Wow.
It only gets worse from here, guys. Get ready.
Steve, what do you got?
I have
PA Steve.
The last track of the album is my least favorite. And I'm just going to caveat that saying that this was an extremely difficult album to rank. But I have Thin Line Between Love and Hate is number 10 for me.
All right, my number 10, without a shadow of a doubt, is Out of the Silent Planet, all because of that chorus. It's so bad.
Okay, number 9. I got The Mercenary.
Okay.
Number 9 for me, I have Out of the Silent Planet.
Damn. PA Steve and I are in lockstep on this one so far, except for we have them reversed. My number 9 is The Thin Line Between Love and Hate. So the last two songs are my bottom two.
At number 8, I have The Wicker Man.
What?
Do you want? I'm telling you, you might want to go grab a drink. I'm just telling
I
you.
might have to. Good Lord.
You must be drinking if you thought it was going to be any different.
I didn't think I'd ever hear that. I mean, come just on. Saying. Number 8? Wow. All right. Steve, what do you got number 8?
Number 8, I have Mercenary.
Man, you guys are like not being nice to that song.
Like I said, I thought I was surprised they played that live, and it could have been replaced with something better.
I am
not according to.
I'm ashamed
Steve,
that I'm going to
Texas
say
Steve.
this as my number 8 song because everything from number 8 to number 1 to me like are 9.8 out of 10 and higher songs. I think all of these songs are brilliant from here on out. But my number 8 is Blood Brothers, which I can't believe I'm saying that, but that's where it fell.
And I just noticed that the 3 songs that all just like kick off from the very start are my bottom 3. Interesting.
Yeah.
I think that shows me that I enjoy Iron Maiden songs that are more adventurous. I don't like just a straight. I do like the songs because I think Fallen Angel, Mercenary, and Wicker Man are all great songs as well. I don't think, contrary to you two guys, I don't think there's a bad track on this album. I think this is just and I obviously like certain songs more than you guys. So at number 7, and I will say this is a huge shocker for me because I thought this was going to be top 2, but at number 7, I've got Ghost of the Navigator.
Wow. All right. Good having you on the show, Steve. And, thanks for coming. Thanks for coming back.
It's going to be when we get to my top 3 songs, it's going to get very interesting.
Yeah, we're going to lose our internet connection.
You're going to want to say that. Hold that line, Steve. You're going to want to say that again.
Oh, I'm sure. All right. For me, number 7, I have Brave New World as number 7.
Whoa.
Wow.
Okay.
Oh Lord, this is crazy. This was maybe the hardest album we've ever ranked, and that includes all the Queensryche, except for maybe Operation Mindcrime. That was really hard too. My number 7 is the Beckett song, "The Nomad," again, which I love. I love that song, but it's number 7.
Yeah, fair enough. 7. Number 6, and I'll be honest, when I started reviewing this album, I was surprised it got this low. But at number 6, I've got Out of the Silent Planet.
Okay. That's not as shocking as
I'm
you
shocked
putting
it made
higher.
it to number 6 for mine.
Yeah, me too. All right, for number where are we at? 6? Yeah, yes, number 6, I have the Nomad, which that surprises me that is where that is too.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's just so many great songs, and I'm going to have another one here, like number 6, 9.9 out of 10. The Love It Goes to the Navigator, but it's my number 6.
Okay, well, we're not real far off there, Mr. PA Steve. I had it at 7. He had it at 6.
I'm equally sad for the both of you.
Yeah. Well, so I think we all have this one relatively close. I don't think Ray. I don't know if Ray has said this one or not, but I definitely am closer with Steve on this one. I've got the Nomad at number 5.
Respectable.
Yeah, I had that at number 7.
For sure. I mean, mine was even lower. Yeah. I have Wicker Man as number 5.
Wow.
Which also surprises me.
Yeah, my number 5 is one you guys already had, The Mercenary.
Dang, that's hot. Number 4, and I wanted to put this song higher, but when I listened to the album, it landed here for me. At number 4, I have Dream of Mirrors, this one.
Wow.
All right, number 4 for me is Blood Brothers.
Okay.
My number 4 is the title track, The Wicker Man, and I can't believe I have that song at number 4, and I really can't believe you guys have it at number 5 and number 8. It's just, there's just so many great tracks on this album that it's got to go somewhere. All right.
Yeah. Tighten up that belt, Ray. Number 3, I have the title track at number 3, Brave New World at number 3. And that song is a masterpiece too.
Yeah, sure is.
All right, number 3 for me, the track that should have been played live for the Mercenary, The Fallen Angel.
Whoa.
Love the heaviness of that.
Yeah, that's my number 3 also, Fallen Angel. I love that riff so much. Like I can't put that song any lower than the number 3. It was between that and Wicker Man. I kept listening to both of them back to back, trying to decide, and that was my hardest decision. But that riff just pushed it up to number 3 for me. Love it.
So, do you guys want to do our number 1 and number 2? Like read them both, because once we say the number 2, it gives away the number 1.
Yeah,
that's fine. Yep.
My number 2 is Blood Brothers, meaning my number 1, guys. The thin line between love and hate.
I know. I think I knew that because I think we had this argument on your show whenever I did my Iron Maiden story.
and I do want to add this. When I wanted to go back and change it up a little bit, like I kind of wanted to put it underneath Brave New World because Brave New World. I mean, my politician guy on my show, the counselor, he just raves about how great that song is, and it's really changed for me over the past few years. Brave New World is a perfect song. I think Blood Brothers is a perfect song, more perfect than The Thin Line Between Love and Hate. But when I listened to the album and I made my list as I was listening, the ending, as Ray has said, the ending of that song is even better. Well, I know you don't like the beginning, but the ending is so incredibly good that I was just like, oh, this is number one, no doubt about it, because Bruce is just wailing. And so I probably would have adjusted that a little bit, but still, I certainly had that way higher than both of you guys.
Yeah, sure did. You're right. The ending's great. Love it.
It would be interesting to see what the overall rank would be averaged here, because that would really skew things for sure. All right. So my top two, my number two, Dream with Mirrors. Like I said, that was one of the songs that just like hit me right away, that just love it. And I mean, if you think about it too, that I mean, you had Blood Brothers, beforehand, you had Brave New World that were longer at the beginning of the album, but this is really the beginning of what epic type of songs, song length, song content that you're going to get going forward. I think this was I don't know if you want to say the flagship of that, but this song hit me instantly. And of course, number one, Ghost Navigator for me, top Maiden song for me. Not my favorite Maiden song, but like top 5, top 10, top 5 easily. We all have that sliding scale of our favorite, not 200 top 10 songs for like Ray, but you know what I mean? You have that sliding scale, but Ghost Navigator for sure, because this song just like had me mesmerized from the very first time I heard it.
Cool. Yeah, my number 2 is the title track, Brave New World. I think it's brilliant. It's like Steve used the word masterpiece, which Tim says I use too often as well, but it is. And then the ultimate masterpiece on this show is on this album is Dream of Mirrors for me, number 1, without question. Like I didn't even have to think about it whenever I found we were going to do this album. Yeah, that was fun, man. This is a great album. It's a great band. Iron Maiden is one of my top 3 bands. My 2 and 3 rotate around. Number 1's Queensryche. Number 2 and 3 are Iron Maiden and Kiss. I think Kiss is there because I've been into them since I was 7, and they've just always been a part of my life. Iron Maiden's just so damn good, but they're probably number 2 if I was ranking them really, and Kiss would be number 3. But I've loved Maiden forever since the day I heard my first Bruce Dickinson album. I had Killers first and didn't really care for it, and then once Bruce came out or joined the band, I went back, and I'm glad I did. I love this album. I think this might be my favorite overall Maiden album. I have like my top 3 normally is like Power Slave, Seventh Son, and this. And after like really spending time with this might be my favorite of all. I'm not saying it's their best, but it might be my favorite. What do you guys think? Where does this rank in terms of your?
It's a damn good one.
Maiden albums.
For like me,
top 10?
This is probably a top 5, top 7 Maiden album for me, sliding scale as always.
Whoa.
But and Ray mentioned Seventh Son. Seventh Son doesn't even make my fucking top 10, by the way. Just saying.
Yeah, I'll never understand that.
I'd say probably top 5. That there's too many duds on Seventh Son, by the way. One especially. But
there's not a dud on that.
Like I said, this one was just like, okay, we'll see. Anyway, I love this album. Loved it from day one. Second one, this is one that's in my DNA. Like, I would consider Maiden my favorite band, honestly. I would go Kiss 2, Queensryche 3. But just absolutely love it. There's, like any band, like I say it. If anyone says I love everything, you're lying and you're nuts. But this is definitely a high ranking album up there because and I don't know I know Steve's a fan of the Blaze era. I am too. I don't hate that stuff. But do you think people like this album more because of that space of albums there?
I think that, well, obviously there was a yearning for Bruce. You know, I totally understand it. But the solo material that Bruce was getting to, you know, with like Accident of Birth and Chemical Wedding.
Great stuff.
Killer. I mean, yeah, killer materials. I think, it's just that people aren't as interested in Bruce Dickinson. They're interested in Bruce Dickinson when he's the lead singer of Iron Maiden. Yeah, we went and saw Bruce solo show last year in a little club. We did too. It wasn't even packed. It wasn't even sold out.
Nope.
Like I was like, man, this is I went and saw Jerry Cantrell one week, and then I saw Bruce the next week, exactly 1 week apart in the exact same venue. Jerry Cantrell had that place packed out. Bruce Dickinson of Iron Maiden did not have that place packed out, which just shows that the sum of the parts just overwhelms. You know, I went and saw Smith Kotzen years ago at a little club in Las Vegas, and it was pretty packed out because, you know, Adrian just doesn't get out much. And it was right after the pandemic kind of was going on. It was pretty packed, I guess, but, you know, it's Adrian, and Adrian isn't out there like Bruce used to be. But yeah, I think people were really, you know, clamoring for we discussed this a lot on my podcast. People say, oh, Maiden should have got a different singer, like a Michael Kiske type of singer. But I liken that to Judas Priest. They got Ripper Owens, and I know Ripper's not live. He's a damn good impersonation of Rob Halford, who is the greatest metal singer of all time. People still didn't want Ripper and singing Iron, of course, or Priest, because they changed up their sound a bit, kind of like Maiden changed their sound a bit. It was the 90s. It was a weird time. But no matter what, no matter how great Ripper sounded live, and I saw him with KK's Priest 2 years ago, and I mean, dude just destroys live, and it looks like he's just up there talking. I mean, he's so good. But no matter what Iron Maiden was going to put in there, whether it was Blaze Bayley, whether it was bringing that piece of shit Paul Di'Anno back in the band, or getting a Michael Kiske like sound-alike kind of voice, people were not going to be happy until Bruce was back in the band. Bruce sings Paul Di'Anno songs better than Paul sang them. Bruce sings Blaze Bayley songs better than Blaze sang them. Bruce is the Iron Maiden singer. I think people weren't going to be happy until he was back. Kind of like no matter what Kiss did, people weren't going to be really, really, really happy until Ace and Peter came back. And I do want to tell you one more thing, Steve. You wondered what the ranking would be for the Thin Line Between Love and Hate 1, 9, and 10? It comes up, of course, to 6.666667.
Oh, there you go.
So, I mean, very fitting,
absolutely.
Right?
How appropriate. Well, Steve, this has been a blast.
Exactly.
Thank you so much for coming on. We really enjoyed having you back, and we'll have to do this again sometime because we'll probably do another Maiden album somewhere down the road. But yeah, we just thought, you know, if we're bringing a Maiden album on, we might as well bring our Iron Maiden buddy on. So really, really glad you were able to join us. So thanks so much. And just tell our audience, in case they don't know your show, about it, like kind of where they can find it. And hopefully we can do some little cross-pollination here between our shows.
Sure, yeah. It's on, it's anywhere you want to listen, I think. It maybe not be on Amazon podcast or something, but it's everywhere else. It's on Apple and Spotify, which is where most people listen. It's called Uncle Steve's Mega Maiden Zone, and we do a lot of just goofing around on there, talking about metal. And sometimes we do album reviews, sometimes we do album battles. It's been a little while since some of that happened. And I will throw this out there because it's hard doing a podcast to find things that are original, like that nobody else has done. But the one thing that I was told by Nesbitt, who did probably the most informative Iron Maiden podcast ever, Talking Maiden, I do this thing called Iron Maiden Stories. And it's where it's honest. Well, it's how I met you, Steve, and it's how I met Ray as well. Yeah. Where a person basically sends their Iron Maiden story, how they discovered the band and how they, what they like about them, what they don't like, all the concerts they've seen, friends they've made through Iron Maiden, if they've ever met the band, stories that coincide with Maiden, whatever, all, favorite songs, favorite albums, all that kind of stuff. You send all that stuff to me in an email, and I'll have you on the podcast, and we'll do what's called your Iron Maiden story. Steve and Ray both did it. Both of my co-hosts, Matt and Kirsty, they did theirs. That's how I met them. But I'll just end with this. If you want to do that, send me an email, ironmaidenpodcast@gmail.com. Thank you.
Nice. Yeah, those are fun. Those are great episodes.
Thank you, Ray. And thank you, Steve, for having me back.
Glad to have you back.
Yeah, it's been fun. It's been too long, so it's good hanging out with you, and glad you could make it. Glad we could make it work schedule-wise. I know that's not always the easiest thing whenever we're in different time zones and different jobs and stuff, so appreciate you taking the time. But anxious to hear what the audience thinks of this new series we've got going. We're going to do one of these probably every third or fourth episode, just to mix things up a little bit. So with that, we're going to get out of here. So until next time, my name is Ray.
And this is Steve.
And this is Uncle Steve.
Too many Steves. Thanks again for listening to I Remember Now, the Queensryche podcast, and we will talk to you soon.
You've been listening to I Remember Now, the Queensryche podcast. You can find us on Apple, Spotify, Amazon, or wherever you get your podcasts. If you enjoy the show, please subscribe and take a moment to leave us a rating or a review. That really helps us out and helps others discover the show. We're proud to be part of the TLD Podcast Network, home to a wide variety of shows, including, but not limited to, The Less Desirables, Wheeler's Dog, Beeswax Final Daily, Mosaic and Music, The Asylum Podcast, and many, many more. Be sure to check them out wherever you listen to your podcasts, or you can get them all right there, tldpodnetwork.com. One more time, tldpodnetwork.com. Want to be part of the show? Give us a call on the TLD Network Hotline, 336-422-6862. Leave a message about this episode, past episodes, or anything else that's on your mind, and you'll hear your voice on a future show. You can also find us online at IRememberNowPodcast.com. On social media like Facebook, we are at I Remember Now, the Queensryche Podcast. And on X, we are at I Remember Now Pod. You can also email us anytime, anything you want. Send messages or pre-recorded voice messages to feedback at IRememberNowPodcast.com. We always love hearing your feedback. Thank you again for listening to I Remember Now, the Queensryche Podcast.
Between love and hate,
I fucking missed it. Keep that on tape. Fucking missed it.
I remember now.